Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you doing today? And welcome to my live stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you, amazing people. Come on in. Let's discuss this developing story. Thank you guys for being here. How has your day been? I want to believe your day has been nothing but kind to you. If you are a budget grocery shopper, let's get in here to discuss today this breaking story. Thank you guys for joining me on another live stream. Thank you, thank you. All right, today is another beautiful day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Today's weather is 23 degrees Fahrenheit for me, so it's still cold. And we want to thank God for being alive to witness 30th of March 2023. Thank you guys for joining me here. Time with First Lady. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come in, let's discuss this developing story. Thank you guys for joining me here. So we all, okay, for most part, a lot of us woke up this morning to this developing story, and a very heart-touching one, if you put it that way. I want to use the opportunity to also say a prayer for the family of Yul May Edochie. We woke up this morning with a breaking story, breaking news that Yul Edochie and May Edochie lost their first son. And it was like a dream. I said, no, it can't be true. The moment I saw that news, I did not go back to sleep again. I read that information about 15 minutes past 5 a.m. my time. Ordinarily, it's not my wake up time, but I was completely in shock. I was in disbelief. I said, no, it's not happening. I had to go through news outlets in Nigeria, from Punch News to Vanguard, Linda Ikeji, what have you, trying to know if any of those things made sense. I went back and forth to Yul May Edochie's page and that of the wife, May. I'm not seeing anything. I went all the way to May and the brands she's representing, to see if I'll find something to believe what I saw. It was heart-wrenching and at the same time heartbreaking. And I kind of held my daughter so close this morning. She was like, Mommy, what is going on? What is going on? I say, you know, Yul May Edochie, because they know I've been talking about Yul May Edochie, May Edochie, Judy Austin, for the most part. So it became a common name in my home, Yul May Edochie. I said, yes. I sat my daughter down. I told her that Yul May Edochie and May lost their first son, who is 16. The first question she asked me was he sick? I said, no. What was going on? I said, baby, I don't know. I was so devastated. The only thing I could do at the time was to embrace my child and say prayers before she left for school. I was still pondering on this, trying to understand or make sense from what I read on the news, but to no avail. Thank you so much. Spice it up with Onwadia. Yay, guys. This is the first time Spicy is gracing our screen after a while. Thank you for being here. Please, as you come in, do me well to say a minute of silence for Yul May Edochie, that may God accept his soul in his kingdom, and also a little prayer for the parents because they are hurting. All right. You have missed, so this is so sad, my dear. Wow. Yeah, it is indeed sad. It is indeed sad. I was like, what is going on? This family, by now, we're all thinking that by now they are rounding up with all the story we had last year. Now a tragedy. This one there are no options to this one. This one is the worst nightmare anybody could wake up to. Worst nightmare. Whoever you think you are, high and mighty, this one affects everybody. Nobody can figure it out except God. Thank you for joining me, Onwadia. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. It's so heartbreaking. This is Onwadia speaking. And people should let them mourn. Polygamy has nothing to do with what happened. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate it. Agnes, yay! Agnes, thank you for joining me today. Agnes is my best friend from college, her younger sister. Thank you for being here, Agnes. I really appreciate your presence. And Agnes are one of the people that have been championing for the peace and well-being of May Edochie. Thank you. Also, I do see your post on Facebook. Thank you for the support you guys have given to May Edochie up until this time. This is strategy, every parent's nightmare. Yes, this is tragedy, every parent's nightmare. Honestly, and guys, as you come into the live stream, don't forget to like this live stream. Don't forget to share as well. Let me have people in the audience. My live streams, as we all know, are very conversational because I read all the comments and I also drop my link for any one of you that feel prompted to contribute to the conversation. All right. So that was the breaking news we woke up to, and it was a very sad one because I couldn't control the tears. And then a friend of mine from Italy started writing me if I have heard. I couldn't just go back and forth writing. I had to call her, say, Unique, I am here in tears. She says she cannot be able to concentrate. She cannot do anything. She doesn't know what is happening. So all of us, as if that was not enough, Spice It Up also called all the way from Brazil that cannot imagine what is going on, what is happening. So everybody is affected. We call ourselves the online in-laws. And indeed, we are really online in-laws because you can understand how all of us are worried. All of us are so sad. When you think about it, and we are people from afar, we don't know these people physically. Most of us have never even met them, but we are so concerned about what happened to them. How much more would the pain be on the parents, on the siblings? If we, the external people, could be tearing up, crying, losing concentration over someone's child, how much more would that pain be for Yul May Edochie, for May Edochie, and the siblings to this young man that passed today? Guys, it is heartbreaking. As you come in, please do me one grace by saying a minute of prayer for the family and also 1 minute silence for Candidly Yul May Edochie, that God will accept him in the heavens. Thank you, Delicious Amy, for being here. I really appreciate. Host, kindly drop the link. Definitely the link will be down in the next second. Thank you guys for joining me today. Nancy Blog, all the way from Israel, thank you for being here. I do appreciate all of you for your thoughts and prayers. Don't forget, let's keep praying for this couple because they are in serious pain. No matter how you look at it, Yul is hurting, May is hurting. Likewise, Judy and the rest of the family. Why is my title sounding like this? Yul and May Edochie lose first son. People blame it on polygamy. That is the discussion we're having today. We've read a lot of comments. Even the fact that none of these people directly involved, had left any posts on social media. People have followed them to their pages on social media, leaving comments, heart-wrenching comments that you read and pause. How do these people sleep? Do they actually sleep at night with all these things that are vomiting on people's pages? How do they say their prayers? Who made them God? Who made them assistant God? Those are the questions that will be coming from your mind, hearing or reading what people are saying concerning this. Thank you guys for being here. At Home with Mansa, my big YouTuber. Thank you for being here, beautiful. Thank you. I do appreciate all of you. And I have the beautiful and one of the delicious fingers and hands you can find on YouTube here in the person of Delicious Army. Thank you for joining me here, beautiful. I really appreciate your kindness. Thank you for being here.
Hello, host. Hello, everyone. Greetings, everyone. Thanks for your time. Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I want to say, may the soul of the young boy who, died prematurely, may his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
My opinion might not go down well with people, but it's my opinion and I'm entitled to it.
Absolutely.
In this particular matter, I don't think we can take polygamy out of the picture. No, we can't, in
Okay.
my own opinion. Why? Why am I saying we can't take polygamy out of this issue? If you are not from a polygamous home, maybe you won't really understand my own point of view. But one thing polygamy does is that it creates unnecessary tension. It creates unnecessary rivalry. You see, okay. It creates unnecessary rivalry. It creates unnecessary hate. It
Mm-hmm.
creates unnecessary battles. Battles that the kids are not supposed to be fighting. You see them fighting it just because polygamy is involved. Now, why am I saying we cannot take polygamy out of this issue? Number one, we all know that take it or leave it, May and Judy are obviously not in good terms. We cannot just
Mm-hmm.
come here and hide that one. And you cannot tell me that when Judy wakes up in the morning, she prays good prayers for me. And when May wakes up in the morning, she prays good prayers for Judy. We cannot just come here and deny that one. The both of them, if they even see each other for road, if it's possible, they will remove their wig and fight each other. But they will not do that because, oh, what will people say?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all know that when this issue came out to the public ear, the way Yul handled it wasn't nice at all.
Absolutely.
He was handling it like, oh, to hell with me. If you like, accept. If you like, don't accept. I have done what I want to do. And we all know how Judy then was, coming out with full force, trying to prove a point that does not really matter. That one is still there. Number two, don't forget that May sued one of Judy's, according to them, they said it was Judy's friend that went and, photoshopped her picture with the children picture and the case is in court and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, yours first son died. And people are saying, oh, don't involve polygamy. Okay, if we don't involve polygamy, what do we involve? I want to ask that question. When Yul and this woman were living their life together, when I mean this woman, May, we are living their life together in their houses. Did we hear anything from them? Don't you know that? Don't you know that only bringing out this kind of story is like you have weakened the walls surrounding your family, because every family has a wall surrounding them. Every family has a wall that guides them. You have carried your innocent children that are still working so hard in their own personal way to become something. You have carried them and you have exposed them in the eye of the public. Now, let us not even talk about the battles you have given them for bringing another wife in. I'm not talking about the battles you have given your children for exposing them to the public eye in such a descending manner. Now, let us not forget that Judy's ex-husband and former husband is not happy with Yul. He said Yul went and married his wife, and that he was even claiming that the child is for him. Only God knows what that one is doing where he is. And somebody tell me, let us not involve polygamy in this. If people come out and accuse Judy, I will not blame them. And no, I won't. I won't. Yes, I won't.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you a specific question because you said we should not let polygamy out of this, that it should be involved. In what particular way do you think polygamy has anything to do with the demise of this son?
Number one, polygamy has brought unnecessary battles for these children. Right now, we don't know if that battle is coming from Judy, from her family, from even social media people, or from even May enemies that let us still say, oh, maybe the whole going to marry another wife, maybe spiritual, this, that. It has opened up these children to unnecessary attacks.
Okay, so we believe from what you're saying here, there is this thought and belief that somebody can actually do juju and then delete somebody.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. I understand the angle you're going to. Let me welcome some people here. Then we are going to continue the conversation. Thank you guys for being here.
Okay.
Natasha, thank you. At Home with Mansa, thank you. Julienne, thank you for being here. Nancy Blog, Rose, I see you all. God bless you guys for your contribution. Thank you guys for being here. And remember, the link is down. You can also jump on the link and air your own opinion. This person speaking is Delicious Amy. She's one of my favorite kitchen to watch as well on YouTube here, and she hosts live
Thank
streams as
you.
well. This is
Thank
her
you.
opinion, and she has every right to hold tight to what she believes in and her personal opinion.
Host, please see this comment. Someone said, when two elephants are fighting, is the grass that suffers it? Yes.
That is the fact. But see, my perception about this is entirely different from the angle you're coming. I've talked about it here. When adults get involved, the people that suffer the most are the kids. And I'm not talking about it that somebody is going to do something and then I'm talking about based on the fact that their mental health will be so troubled. And that can cause anything to happen to any person. If there is any element of sickness, it can start from the mind and the body will start deteriorating. And before you know it, the person can slump, the person can die. We all know what heart attack is and how it happens. It happens so quickly. Having said that, I want to also welcome Joe. Joe from Facebook, thank you for joining us. Joe is here on the platform. Thank you for being here, Joe. So before Emmy continue, you're welcome and say greetings so Emmy can conclude her thought before I let you speak.
Okay. Just like what you said, from heart attack, health issues, their mental health. These were the things we were talking about when this whole issue started. When Yor was, trying to get adverts running on his page from his family saga. And we are saying the mental health of these little children, they all have phones. They are seeing what is happening. It is affecting them. And who even knows if maybe Juju not even they involved. Now, one of these family issues, before you know it, the thing got to one of the kids, and this is happening. So we cannot just exclude polygamy because it's still the polygamy that brought the mental health. So my conclusion on this is that in my own opinion, polygamy can never be taken out of. In fact, now be the cocoa for this issue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Delicious Amy. God bless you real good. So, Joe, what do you have to tell us today from a man's perspective?
Good evening, ma, from Nigeria. Yeah.
Thank
Good evening,
you so
everyone.
much.
Viewers out there. Well, yeah, when I saw the news of the first instance, I commented on Nikki's page, and immediately somebody came to the where I commented and said, that she has been hearing that is the second wife that shoot arrow at the boy. I just laughed because, and after that I said, yes, I saw it coming. I know the rumor will be spreading that is the second wife that did such. Because if they had not married another wife and the boy died, so it would have been another change in the scenario. But now that second wife has come, and given the circumstances surrounding the second wife, definitely people will always spread the rumor that is the wife. Well, I feel it's as in like it still baffles me honestly. Like it's shocking because when I saw the news, I was so shocked. Like, what is this? Why? Especially the mother. I'm not feeling pity for the mother right now because now she's still trying to heal from her mental state regarding bringing the second wife and other stuff. And now the boy is dead again. Like, how will she cope? It's so touching. But at the same time, again, like it's only God who understands what really happened. Like it's not just it's beyond our reasoning. Like, but of course there will always be this attack on like is the and that's why most times I do say it like I'm not a support of a polygamous family.
Yeah.
I'm not a support of it. I don't like it. Maybe because of my background or
What
how
you've gone through.
exactly what I've gone through. So that's the reason. So I don't support because if it has been a monogamy family now, all this issue of is the second wife won't be happening. They probably will not start tracing. Okay, maybe they'll check the mental health. Maybe something might be wrong with the boy. or maybe something might have happened that the boy didn't even tell the parents, and then he was playing the boy, and the thing now exposed, and it happened like that. So there are so many things involved in it. So nobody should start spreading rumors, start concluding that it's the second wife. No, no, it's not. It's not.
All right.
I just
Thank
hope
you
that
so
people.
much,
Thank you so much,
Joe. Thank you so much, Joe, for the contribution. I really appreciate. And I have spiced it up with, I think you're echoing. Okay. I have spiced it up with Onwadia here. Thank you so much, Spicy, for joining us today. Thank you, thank you. So, Spicy,
Hello,
I know Spicy is very optimistic and a believer of polygamy. So she will definitely have a dissenting opinion from what Emmy is talking about. So, Spicy, I want to hear your opinion.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Joe. Hello, Delicious Army. Sorry, I may not be able to speak as my spicy self. I've been down, but I just want to clear something up on this particular topic ongoing. I know a lot of people will definitely have this opinion that Judy Austin is to be blamed, or that polygamy is the cause of what happened. I don't know if you guys can hear me well.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
You know, there's this saying that when a child is sick at night and a witch cries at night, if the child dies in the morning, it is the witch that kills the child.
Wow.
Before now, like we have different opinion when it comes to polygamy. Delicious Army, Joe may not really be a fan of polygamy or like anything about polygamy, but me personally, I don't have any issues with polygamy, not because I'm in a polygamous marriage or my dad married two wives, or my grandfather, they are all monogamous. But then growing up, I've come to also see the beautiful side of polygamy, and also its own negative side. But that notwithstanding, I see no reason why people shouldn't go into polygamy if they so wish to. Now, back to the topic on ground on blaming Judy Austin for what happened. It doesn't make any sense. And I want to say at this point, let us be sensitive. Yes, they are having issues. They've been having issues since last week. But let's also remember that there are a lot of monogamous issues plagued with marriages plagued with issues, not just polygamy. There are couples in monogamous marriage going through bitter divorce, going through domestic violence, going through abuse, going through all sorts that you can think about, and there are children involved in this marriage. I said before in the chat, my immediate elder brother died at exactly the same age, 16. He died at 16, 1st April. I remember 1st of April, 1996. He was 16 years when he passed. And the way and manner which he passed would have made anyone point accusing finger. If my mom had a co-wife, anybody would have said, it's a co-wife, because he died a very strange death. Very strange in the sense that there is just no way you will not look for who to point fingers at. But because there was nobody to point fingers at, we accepted his death in good faith, buried him, and then we moved on. I still look back at what happened and how he died, and I still wonder how we were able to go through that. It was mysterious, very, very mysterious. A guy whose body disappeared, whose body couldn't be found for hours, and then later resurfaced from nowhere. It's very strange and mysterious. But because there was no co-wife to blame, we accepted it. So why are people blaming Judy Austin or claiming that polygamy is the cause, that the guy was depressed, heartbroken, and has been seeing all this? What about monogamous marriages that have been going through, where the wife or the husband has been going through a lot? And they didn't die. Look, death is inevitable. It is something that can happen to anyone. It has nothing to do with the style of marriage. It has nothing. Anybody can, okay, last year, how many students, even this year, have, died in school, boarding schools? These children are, sometimes we don't know the kind of activities, rigorous activities they go through. We don't know their mental state. We don't know the challenges these children are going through. Are these polygamous homes? No, they are all monogamous homes. So let us stop this pointing, accusing. It doesn't help.
Let me add to what you just said. Okay, my friend here, the one you know about, she's supposed to have her daughter's supposed to have a play date with my daughter, but she called and canceled that. The girl changed her mind that she wanted to join her brothers to go for a wake keep. And I said, oh, who passed? Because we have a very close-knit community here where I live. So she started explaining to me that the kids from their school went swimming. So one Oyibo boy was drowning. Then this African child jumped into the pool to save the drowning boy. And guess what happened? He now drowned. That is age 16, 17. So this boy now passed. Then what would somebody say? Now Juju, where they follow the parents from Africa, now you follow them reach America, right?
That is it. That is it. Oh, I narrated how my brother died at 16. He just drowned. This is a boy who knows how to swim. He went to swim with friends, and then he was the only one that disappeared. No, he wasn't drowning. He just vanished, and nobody could find the body. Divers dived in. People who knows water so well. My father dived in. People dived in. They searched for his body for hours to no avail. All of a sudden, later in the evening, after hours, and it has rained heavily that same day. After hours of searching to no avail, we've given up hope that we will never find the body. But only for the body to resurface at the bank of the river. He wasn't looking drowned. Who do we blame? Anybody could have said, it is an uncle in the village, a stepmother, or my mother's co-wife, or anybody would have been looking for who to point accusing finger at. Let us be careful when we are always blaming people. True, it doesn't make any sense. Death is inevitable. My father almost passed last week. And then people were saying it could be my uncle because he was having issues with his brother. And people were already saying, some family members that they've been having issues. My uncle wants to kill my dad. I told them, I said, nobody wants to kill my father. My father is old and he's going through this old people's sickness. He almost passed. I cried out. I prayed and cried. But nothing is one of those things. He's old. So because he's fighting with his brother, we should blame my uncle? No, these things happen. The girl slumped recently. Should we blame who? It just has nothing to do with maybe the boy being depressed or having challenges or seeing all that has been going on social media. There are a lot of marriages that are polygamous and the children have not slumped and died. Come on, let's give this family a space to mourn. This isn't what we should be talking about, blaming someone because she's married to their father. Please, we are Christians, isn't it? Or let me say, many here are Christians. What kind of Christianity are we practicing when we are quick to point accusing fingers? In as much as you don't like polygamy, but please do not blame some things on polygamy. Let's be very unbiased with this. Thank you. I'll be at the background, okay? Greetings, everyone, once again. I'm going to be back soon. I'm still battling with my health.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I appreciate to this discussion. Thank you for joining us today. So the person that just came down is Spice It Up with Onwadia. She's also a very one of us here on YouTube. Joe, I'm here. Okay. She's one of us here on YouTube and she has a very strong presence. And she's a believer of polygamy. Like I said, that is the topic we are discussing today. Our opinions will definitely differ. Okay. So our topic again is Yul May Edochie lose first son. People blame it on polygamy. Let's discuss. Welcome to Crime with Vanessa. Thank you for being here. The link is down if you want to join the conversation. So when you go to the comment section,
I think your voice is double echoing.
Joe, can you mute? Okay. Yeah, it's one of my co-hosts mic that was on. Okay. So if you go to the comment section of any platform that posted this story this morning, you will find out that people had gone to ask God, and God has given them answers that the real cause of this problem is the fact that you took a second wife, or is coming from Judy. I don't know where they got the information from. I don't know the soothsayer that gave them what they were writing. The only thing I watched this morning that made so much sense to me on YouTube was Vicky's corner. Vicky, we all know, is has a medical background, so she was saying that maybe there is an underlying sickness, maybe there is something that could have happened, and people should stop blaming people for this kind of a thing. And I'm going to say this here before I allow my host co-host to continue. As a woman, my prayer when I was growing up, when I want to get married, I want to be celebrated, I want to be loved, I want to be welcomed in the family I'm going to. I want to be loved, I want to feel that love. That's my prayer. But I will say here categorically, if marriage were to be that of Judy Austin, I would rather remain single. Why do I say that? You can't tell me that for the past 1 year that this lady married you, she has never drank water and keep cup on the internet, every platform. She has been dragged back, forth and center. I feel so sorry for her because I don't know how she derives joy or where she gets strength from. Now, this tragedy now happened. What do you guys think that will become of Judy in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, until maybe 1 month, until autopsy is done? Even after autopsy is done, they will still continue to drag Judy. Who wants to be married like that? Who wants her marriage or his marriage to go in that angle? Who? If you have anybody in that might be able to like withstand this kind of insult or trolls on the internet simply because you got married, let me know who that lady is, because I'm yet to find one. I don't wish that kind of marriage to anybody, not even my enemies if I have any. Marriage should be the one you get into your home and you rejoice, and the whole community, everybody will rejoice with you. But that is not what happened in Judy's case. Now, this tragedy is going to now make the situation very, 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 very bad for this lady. I guess by now she might be thinking, if I had known, I would have just allowed this man to go. Let me be a single parent and raise my son. If I had known, I guess in one way or the other, that might be coming up at the back of her mind. Because she
Exactly.
never envisaged it was going to go like this. And this goes
Exactly.
to show that our country, Nigeria, we have changed. The world, we've embraced we've embraced social media. People are now reacting on things. And also let it serve as a caution to anybody thinking you can wake up tomorrow and marry a husband of a celebrity or even a nobody. A nobody, if they think properly. Make sure you have
Oh.
immunity for trolls. Make sure you're ready. Because if they cough in their home, it's you.
Exactly.
If they break their leg while cutting
It
grass,
is you.
it's you. So make sure you psych yourself well. The world is not a fun place anymore. It's not. And it's unfortunate. Thank you. First time with First Lady.
Rose,
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Let me quickly say something. I so much love what you just said. Spice it, you're welcome. Everyone that came off stage, you're welcome. I really, really love what you said, because the way this whole polygamy thing happened, Judy was just posing this notion of I'm coming to Pepe. Had it been when it happened and the all came out to, show the whole world that, oh, this is my new wife. She maintained her lane. All those calling herself Bathsheba, this one, that one did not happen. Maybe now that the boy died, we will not have dragged her the way people. I did not drag her. My opinion, I heard they talk. They will not have dragged her the way they are dragging her. Let me quickly tell us this short story. Do you know Oba Elegushi, the one in Lagos
Yeah,
here?
in Lekki, right?
Yes. he had one son, his first son, that was still an infant, I think a year and when the boy died, who were they pointing fingers at? The
The
first
second
wife.
wife.
No, the first wife. The first wife didn't have a boy. It was the second wife that was actually a new wife that had the boy. They were pointing fingers at her. Why? Because according to the alleged story, that he and the first wife was always fighting the second wife. According to them, that it was out of jealousy she killed the second wife's son so that
Can you
one will
imagine?
not become king. You get me? So when things like this are in place, it is not, and we cannot tell people how to react. No, because it was Yul and Judy that carried their family matter and came to give us. You get me? So when things like this happen, you can't really tell people, oh, don't react this way, oh, react that way. Now you feel talk and you feel just keep quiet. But what I'm saying is that you see this polygamy part, they can't take it out of the picture, in my own opinion. Thank you.
In Delicious Emmy's opinion, you can't take polygamy out of the predicament that is facing the Yul Edochie. But let me tell you something. Let us not forget that Pet Edochie is a traditionalist. So he can't just sit quiet and evil people will be roaming around his family. No, he is a traditionalist. So in that angle, I have a little comfort from there. And again, the only way I can look at it in another way is that the kids can be receiving trolls from school. They can be receiving some bully words or being bullied at school and things like that. It could be overwhelming for any child. Okay, it's overwhelming as it is now for kids. Talk more of when your parents are being dragged on the social media. Why am I saying that? That's another angle I might be looking at it. I have a child that is in middle school. Sometimes she will come back and tell me, Mommy, she doesn't feel good today. I say, what is going on? She said that she doesn't just like the way people are talking in school, blah, 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 blah. I go through talking all the time. I have conversation on a daily basis with my child. There is no day that will pass, we will not have something to talk so that we know how her mind is processing things. I try to make her understand people will not like you for many reasons. It's even tougher for our kids here, but people don't understand. For the fact that you're a colored child at school, you get to be talked out. If your hair is not beautiful the way they think hair should be, they are going to bully you on that. So kids go through a lot of things at school from their peers. But let me not forget, I have time with First Lady here. Let me give up the platform and I will get back to finish what I'm saying. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you for being here. Whichever platform you're watching me from, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching from Facebook, don't forget to follow my page as well. Thank you. So time out with First Lady. Let me hear your opinion on this.
It's good to see you. It's been a while. How are you?
Yeah. Welcome back.
Thank you. So I've been listening to your listeners. Today I wanted to just be a spectator, but people are saying certain things that are pushing me to talk. Now, I don't know if you remember the last conversation we had. I always say that I don't wish polygamy even for my greatest enemy because of the kind of things I have seen, various families, what polygamy has done to them, what it has done to their kids. I just feel like some parents are just selfish. They are selfish and they don't really think about the consequences of their actions, which will affect their family and their children. If you're a parent and you're getting married and you know that you don't want to marry this woman, there is no need for you to marry the woman only to top up with her again. Because she's not an alcohol or a drink that you'll be drinking and you'll be topping up. This is a human being, for crying out loud. You're going to have children. And it is really, really sad that people don't even look at it in that angle. My lady was saying we are Christians, we shouldn't look at things from these sides and all those things. But even biblically, we all know that even heaven is being taken by force, let alone somebody's husband. Biblically, we know these things. And we women, we know. They said even the end, the devil is even scared of women. We women species, we can make or not make you. Great kingdoms fell because of women. That is how come most women don't even like sharing their husbands with other women. Not because they have bad intentions or anything, but you don't really know the intention another person is coming into your home with. This family, we were not hearing anything bad about this family. This family, even the man was being considered for presidential candidacy or governor. We saw this man to be at a certain pedestal. You understand? And only for this to happen and this whole thing to happen. People are comparing him to Davido. People are comparing him to other people. Davido wasn't married. Davido was probably having kids with other women. God being so good, he has found the light and he decided to marry one of the baby mamas. You understand? So people should not bring Davido into this conversation. This man had been married to this woman for over 20 years. It's not 20 days, 20 years. Only for you to turn around and get married to another person, only for her to find out that you ended up marrying your mistress, in which she had been battling you with for over 10 years, because apparently he has been seeing this woman for a very long time. And it's not like he just stood up and met this woman and decided to marry this woman. They had been dating, they had been having problems in their marriages because of this woman for a very long time. And you know, there was this video I watched, Use platform, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, I think they were singing a song. Somebody comes, some give me belly. Why they concern me? I don't know whether you saw that video, but that was the very first video that people saw, and then they realized that maybe you told the wife that somebody said she's pregnant for him. But from the look on the woman's face, if you've done psychology, you can see that the woman wasn't okay at all. And probably the man said, okay, I'll accept responsibility. And he ended up marrying the woman even before telling the wife. You understand? So you see, the whole point is that people say like monogamous marriages also have their problems. Yes, they have its problems. But monogamous problems, you know that you are battling from this side. But with polygamy, it's a whole different situation altogether. There is no way you can say that I'm treating my first wife the same way I'm treating this person. This Judy came into this marriage, started throwing shades on her page, started saying that the wife of what
Bathsheba.
you know all these things. It was bad. And even the original wife, which is the missus, she wasn't throwing any shade. That's how come a lot of people love May, because she was quiet and she was just watching. And she said that I'm a Christian and my faith doesn't allow this. Her faith doesn't allow polygamy. So she's allowed to say, I don't want polygamy. So you can't force it down her throat. Right now, maybe Judy has nothing to do with this child. But you can't tell me that in your head, that possibility is not there. Because right now, you have opened the floodgates for people to attack your family. Somebody said this thing right now, that right now, he has done it in a way that other people are probably wishing bad for the kids. You know something? You know this thing when they say that even in the Bible, when God used to punish certain people, he says that you will have this punishment from generation to generation. You know, people don't know. And you come and say that you are a Christian, so you should allow your husband marry another wife. Please, I'm a Christian. I'll never allow my husband marry another wife.
Yeah, the Bible said that the sins of the fathers will be visited upon the fourth generation. That was in the Old Testament.
Exactly. And as Christians, we can't bypass that, because the Old Testament is a standing point for the New Testament. It's a standing point for the New Testament. So I don't know what people want to tell me that because I'm a Christian, I shall see. No disrespect to the Muslims, but I have seen Muslims in polygamous homes. My God, I have seen. Because at a point, I lived in Zongo, and I had seen, you will see men who can't even afford 3 square meals going for polygamous marriages. And now these women had to thrive and suffer to put the kids that they made with this man into good schools for them to come and take care of them. And at the long run, we as Africans, we're not like the Europeans who say the Europeans don't really think about taking care of their parents. We Africans, we believe that since our fathers or mothers have taken care of us for our teeth to grow, we must also take care of them for their teeth to remove. So we end up taking care of our parents. And even though they had taken us through a lot of psychological trauma due to their own selfish gains, we decide that as Christians and as Africans, we must take care of our parents. And it is really sad that this beautiful, handsome young man, God forbid, has now having to take care of his father's sins. Maybe it's from him.
Okay, okay. Let me pause you there. I want you to hold your thought there. See, I'm not here to speak in favor or against anybody. I'm here to speak my truth, okay? I don't believe that this has anything to do with Judy as a person, as a human being. But what I'm looking at is that when things like this happen, first of all, maybe because I'm now overseas, so I think differently. First thing I'll think about, what are the medical situations that could lead to what has just happened. I'm gonna give you a little scenario. Yesterday, I complained to my daughter that I was having pain on my back. So I needed her to massage the pain. So she now started teaching me. My daughter is 12. So she started teaching me what could have caused the pain, blah, 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 that this is not where the bone is. This is where the tissue is and all of that. So she was explaining, calling all the biological names. So I whispered in the ear of my little girl for us to do gossip with the one that was teaching us medical words. So I now say, can you imagine? She has made herself a doctor. She's diagnosing me. So we had a good laugh. But this morning, when I woke up this morning and heard about this boy's death, I thank God that at least my daughter could be able to understand what could cause what. When you feel this kind of pain, this is what might be attributed to it or attributing to the cause. The story, the real story, because I was on a live stream and then a beautiful lady called in to say she got first-hand information of what happened to the boy because her friend and the boy, the Cambili, attend the same school. So parents were around when this thing happened. Parents got the information. So she narrated how it all happened. The boy complained to his friend that he was having heartache. But boys, being who they are, they don't take those things very seriously. And the friends he complained to, nobody told the teacher that he was complaining of heart pain. He shouldn't play football in Africa. We call it soccer here with them. So he now said, okay, let him go and play with his friend. He was playing soccer. At some point in the game, he was so tired, weak, so he went and sat down. From sitting down, his friends were calling him, waving at him. He was not responding while they were playing in the field. So they ran towards him, started calling him. That was when they called the teacher, and he was rushed to the hospital. So I don't want to believe anything that I cannot prove, because I can't prove Juju. I can't prove the issue of pointing hands on this person did that, this person must have done this. I also had a little battle this morning with somebody that was on another person's lifestyle, saying how Pete Edochie himself is involved in what happened to the boy, how Yul is involved, how they have replaced themselves with this boy's passing, but this is a wrong replacement. I went on the stage. I told the person writing on the comment section, if you cannot prove all the utterances you're making in the comment section, you better stop. Were you there, or did you follow Pete Edochie and Yul to where they went and do Juju to take the life of their son and grandchild? Why are people this mean?
Yeah.
A family is mourning. Instead of you to find a way to make it easier for them, you're there pouring petrol on the fire that is already heating up. So I find it very difficult to understand how human mind process things. That is my opinion. So when my daughter was telling me that last night, I never appreciated all of the fact. She was explaining. Then her sister said her hand was paining her. She started telling us the tissue that can cause this pain, We didn't appreciate it yesterday. But this morning, I appreciated it to the point that, okay, she knew that level of it. That means if she's having this kind of pain, she knows what to do. Imagine the young boy. Boys, they brave things. Even when they are going through pain, they try to suppress their pain. So this boy did not tell anybody he was going through pain. And knowing fully well, our people are yet to understand how to resuscitate somebody, especially when you're having a cardiac arrest. A director in my bank when I was in Nigeria was jogging. He passed in his jogging, a very healthy male, young man. I think he died maybe his late 50s. He was a director of my bank. He comes to the US for medical checkup. He was jogging. He passed out. I guess when he passed out on the floor, nobody knew how to do CPR. That was how this man passed. And when he passed, what the bank would do for him was to name the bank street after his name. Okay, so anything can happen to anybody. Anything can happen to anybody. What happened to the saying that do not fight with anybody on the road? You don't know who is healthy. What happened to that? Anything could happen. I really wish people can tone it down a little bit by name calling. There is nothing they've not said to Yul May Edochie. Yul May Edochie married a second wife. The next thing, they start praying for him to die. We all saw that in the comment sections last year. Now, today, they are telling him that him and Judy, they've succeeded in taking their son. I mean, that is the harshest word you can tell a parent that is going through this kind of pain. That's
Of course. You know what you're saying? For me, before I get down, I pray that nobody here ever buries their child. Because I am sure the most painful thing that anybody will go through. I can nobody here ever buried their child. And I'm saying that people are thinking this is child because of the kind of people wrote use post and Judy's post, people wishing him death, people wishing him all sorts of things. People are thinking that he opened the floodgate for this thing. He opened the floodgate for this thing. And right now, his innocent son is paying for the consequences, And as spiritual beings as we are, we may think that this is just something that has happened because we are educated, but we shouldn't forget that we are also spiritual beings. And what we are going through right now is just a phase for us to go into a second phase. The boy may have had underlying conditions. The boy may have had a weak heart. He may have had anything. But the whole point is that people are pointing fingers at you, whom we should be feeling very bad for because of the kind of things that you put the boy's mother through. And people are looking for somebody to blame. They are looking for somebody to blame because they feel that this boy was a very young boy who celebrated his birthday just 2 months ago, only for him to go through this. People are looking for somebody to blame. So yes, I don't believe in polygamy. I'll never believe in polygamy. I don't wish it for anybody in this world. But if you want to go through polygamy, make sure that when you marry your first wife, before you marry her, tell her that, Madam, when I marry you after this 2 months, after 2 years, I want to marry another person. Because most women who are in polygamous homes didn't know, they didn't even think for a second that their husband will ever marry another person. So me, like I say, I don't support polygamy. But if you're a man here and you feel that you're going to marry a second wife and add to your wife, I beg you in the name of God, when you're about to marry her, tell her, Madam, after 2 years, I want to marry a second wife. So that the woman will have the chance to choose and say, okay, this is what I want for myself. Okay, this is not what I want for myself. And it's very, very funny.
Sorry, First Lady, you're very amazing. The man should give you pre-notice that there could be a second wife in the future, right?
You should tell me, because right now I tell my Muslim friends, how did you people talk about polygamy? What did he say about polygamy? He said, okay, he said polygamy is not for him because his father was in a polygamous home, and because of that, I suffered the consequences, and so I don't want to be. He doesn't want to have his children go through the same thing. Now, even the Muslims are having these conversations right from the onset than we Christians. You understand? So me, I know that a lot of people spice it up. Like loves polygamy. I'm sure she's probably in a polygamous marriage or something, or maybe she just feels that it is a good thing to go. But for me and for my children, me and my household, as we will serve the Lord, the same way me and my household will not go through polygamy. If you want to go through polygamy with me, when I was marrying my husband, we spoke about this. I said, gentleman, what are we doing? He says, oh, my father was in a polygamous marriage. I said, good. So was it sweet? He said, no. I said, good. So do you want some? He said, no. I said, God bless you. Then we can continue. Because, oh yes, God bless you. We can continue. Because me, I know the way I am. I cannot share my husband. There is no way in hell I can share my husband. So we've spoken about this. We know that we have an agreement. We are in a contracted marriage, which is marriage under the ordinance. We have signed that we are not going to marry anybody else apart from ourselves. So I feel like women here should have that conversation. Now, another thing I want to point out is that most women are eager to get married. Yes. Most women want to just be called Mrs. or want to be like, oh, he has come and do my traditional marriage. Most women just want that. So they don't ask the right questions right from the onset. I know that is inevitable. My dear, we will all die.
Yes.
We will all die one way or the other. But some of the ways to die, sometimes we can maneuver our way by the grace of the Creator. Sometimes we can maneuver our way. The fact that we can order doesn't necessarily mean that we have to accept everything. We don't have to accept everything. For me, like I'm saying now, when you are a woman, if you're a woman here and you're getting married, please have this talk with your husband. Have this talk with this man that you're about.
So to everybody listening to us today, you hear what my co-host is saying now. Her name is First Time with First Lady. I call her First Lady, okay? Let's forget about the first time. I call her First Lady. She is suggesting to young women out there, if you're not yet married and you want to get married, that this particular discussion should be one of the things you discuss before getting into marriage. That nobody should take any woman by surprise, bringing a second wife 15 years down the line, 5 years down the line, or even 20 years down the line in the marriage. Discuss it before you say, I do. All right. I do have Joe here. Joe said he has something to say. So, Joe, are you still here?
Yes, ma'am. See you, ma'am. Good evening,
All right.
ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Vanessa, for joining us.
Thank you.
Let me
people.
Thank you. Getting it right with Olivia. Thank you for joining us. I've been reading all the comments. You guys are simply amazing. So let me allow Joe to give us his own contribution. From a man's perspective, Joe is also from a polygamous home, and he has his own serious take about polygamy. So let him just give us some thought.
All right, ma. First and foremost, let me, regarding what First Lady said, that a guy should sit his wife down, or the wife should sit the guy down and be asking if another wife is going to come in or not. Well, to be honest, I laughed, because from a man's perspective, most times not all of them are really wished to marry a second wife. Some of them, it might be maybe pressure from family, maybe because the wife couldn't give birth to a child, so the family will put pressure on them, like, okay, yeah, go further and go and test another person and say, maybe if your wife is barren or whatsoever. That aside, then in this part of our side here, like, I think we all need to accept that most of us, we are too spiritual. But most people, they think they are practicing Christianity or other religion, but sometimes they bring spirituality, they take it too far ahead. And that's why it's as if people start saying the UD wants to do this and that and that and that. Even my pastor, I have a church I'm attending. Even if he's praying for you and maybe you tell him that, okay, you have this problem, you have a headache and this one, a pastor will tell you that firstly, go to the medical and confirm first. Go to the medical first, go to the doctor, confirm first. Then after the doctor have run a test, then you can now say, okay, yeah, this is what is going on. Okay, take medication first. But most times you see people, even when, like I have an auntie, if ordinary cockroach should just fly now, you see the way she start casting and binding. Ordinary cockroach that doesn't even, innocent cockroach that knows nothing, you see the way she start casting and binding. However, this cockroach is just passing by, probably said that, okay, he felt, okay, there's a food around, just passing by. If one gecko should just pass at a wall like this, almost wall don't do for house. So most times we take spirituality too far. That's one thing that affects us in this our own party. I don't know about other parts. Now, another thing again, because most people are blaming UD. But again, I've seen you that UD and Yul May Edochie actually brought this upon themselves, given the circumstances at which they came in. Fine, I've seen other polygamous home whereby something bad happened there, and they still live fine. So I still blame them because given the circumstances at which the second wife came in, I think that's why he's bringing all these rumors of probably she's involved. And even she herself too, the way she conducted herself after when those saga was going on, she didn't lay low. She was bragging, trying to claim rights and all those stuff of that. So I will still put the blame on the man and also the second wife as well. Because even the man himself didn't really control the situation very well. Didn't handle it with the way he's supposed to handle it. So the way the news broke up to the wife, even imagine, even you and the wife are at home and the wife is not even aware that you have the wife. It was even through social media that she got to realize that you have another wife. So the circumstances at which the second wife came in is very, very bad. And that's why it gave room for rumor. So I won't be surprised, just like First Lady said, yeah, it might be the second wife, we don't know, but given the circumstances that happened, that is why people are pointing fingers towards the second wife. Because if the thing had gone very fine and clean and both wives have accepted, no problem here. But now, imagine, it was even through social media that May had to realize that, oh, there's another wife coming in. So that's alone. And I won't be surprised if later on we hear that May is going to divorce. I just hope it doesn't happen like that, but I won't be surprised if it happens like that. That is my contribution.
And please, people remember when Judy's mother said her daughter must go into the mansion. Otherwise,
did anybody hear Judy mother say that?
Oh, we saw. When did I even see it? If I'm able to see it, I'll probably tag you or something. I saw something like that on one of these bloggers platform. Somebody has even said it right now.
Was it a video or a write-up?
It was a write-up.
Okay.
It was a write-up. So
if it's a write-up, anybody can write anything. People can speculate things.
But she didn't come out to dispute it. Some of the things
she doesn't need to come out to dispute anything. She doesn't need to come out, because the moment Judy says a word, people are going to interpret it 20 times.
Not Judy.
They've said so many things. The mother, if it were my mother will not come out to talk about who is the person online that my mother will come and respond to. Neither. She will never do that. And I don't support the mother for even coming out to debunk anything. Let's remember here that they said Mr. Obasi was claiming Yul May Edochie's child with Judy. And then that the Judy was still married to him. Until everything came out, he would, even Gist Lover that was breaking the news felt disappointed, because everything that man said was all lies. The time they filed for divorce, separation in magistrate court, I know how many times they asked this man, come and take your money, up until they returned the money in the court. Everything was they have them in evident form. You understand? There are documents to show. So that man's word was never credible. Anybody can say anything online. Besides, they are typing behind their computer. Nobody knows who is typing. Anybody can claim to be Judy's mom saying all of this. I don't believe half. In fact, I don't believe 90% of the things I read online. I don't. And YouTube these days is in one of the worst places to come and get this kind of information from, because they don't get information verified. You, after this live stream, just take a little moment and go through the videos you're going to see on YouTube. How Judy did this. Nobody verifies anything before coming to point fingers. And I keep saying it, if you can't verify any information, if they call you as a witness in court to give account of where you got your facts from, let it be facts that you can present in court, not hearsay. Because people say all manner of things. I'm not here to say that what happened is okay, but I'm trying to understand why we think polygamy. Emmy made her point, polygamy. First Lady is making her point, polygamy has a hand in it. And I'm not here to say whether or not, because I haven't personally been into a polygamous home. But is polygamy all that sweet? No. For some people, it is horrible. My husband came from a polygamy. In fact, his own is mega polygamy, because they had 10 wives. Okay? So he can understand it better than I will understand, because he experienced part of it. And are they living in harmony now, even after their father demise many years ago? They are still living in harmony. That is one story that is not suitable for others. And he has his own pain about the polygamy, how his mother was treated, being the last wife. So when you look at it from Emmy's point of view, one way or the other, people will always point fingers in one way or the other. And my word here to all the young ladies out there, if you want to marry somebody's husband, be careful the kind you get into.
Please don't marry somebody. Don't say
Some people
anything.
will still get into
Host, please,
polygamy.
I have a contribution.
Yeah, go ahead,
Um,
Emmy. Go ahead.
okay, Mel, I really love the fact that someone is actually understanding my own point of view when it comes to this issue. Let me give a very short story. I don't want to be particular who this happened to, but I'm actually saying this story from a very, very direct source. It might be me, but I don't want to be, particular. There was a man and a woman who were, struggling, trying to live life together, this, that. And the man started attaining a level of success in life. And before you know it, his girlfriend, who they used to do one night stand now, those kuchalo, you will kucha, you will go home, you will come back. Before you know it, the girl became a regular customer. Every time he wants to kuchalo, he will go and kuchalo from the girl. Before you know it, they started dating. So as the man was, climbing the ladder of success gradually in life, the lady discovered that, oh, it's like this man has something to offer me. She went and do what our people used to call jazz to, to hold the man. So as she did that thing to hold the man came and suddenly told the wife, this is a woman and a woman that have been struggling for years, and just suddenly started seeing the light of the day. Told the woman that, oh, I want to take another wife. And the wife was like, you are from a polygamous home. You know how polygamy is like. Me, I'm from a polygamous home. I know how polygamy is like. I will not tell you not to go and see other women outside, but if it's possible, please don't marry anyone and don't have children from them. You can do what you want to do, but you see these things, just try
Wow.
to avoid them. Now when the man is no longer talking or thinking with his senses again, is now that thing he's thinking of. The man went ahead and married the other wife.
Hmm.
And the house, the man and the woman managed to build. In fact, they were not even done painting that house. The
Hmm.
man and the woman, the house they managed to build, the other lady started making claims that, oh, since she's married to the man, she also wants to live in that house. That it's not just the man and the woman that will be living there. Forgetting that this is the hard work of these both couples during their struggling days. Then battles started crippling in. Battles started crippling in. The first two children of the first wife fell ill. The
Hmm.
daughter bled for almost 6 months.
Wow.
This is a girl that just started seeing her period.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the father didn't really pay so much attention because, his attention is already divided. The mother would come and say, see, our daughter is not feeling fine. No, how can we do that? How can we do that? And even the mother herself could not even pay full attention to the children because now she's in polygamy. She's trying to overdo to satisfy the man. So he doesn't finally pack his bag and go and meet the second one, or the second one doesn't finally pack her bag and come and meet her in the house. And that was how they were doing. The first daughter almost went, if not the grace of God, and said, oh, it's not yet your time. The second boy picked addiction, joined group in school, and one thing, they had a court rivalry, and that was how that boy went from there. I can tell you categorically that even till now, although the man financially has gone down, there is no peace. The remaining three children left from the first wife, it's from prayer house to prayer house to prayer house. The children from the second wife, it is always is because of you. That is why my mother could not come into our father's mansion, that they did not even finish painting. So it never ended well. It never ended well.
But let
Now
me
the
come in here, delicious Ami. The whole scenario you just described now can also happen in a monogamous home. You know that, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
But when these things happen in polygamous home, people will always point fingers. You see, the way some human beings are is that they always want excuse for everything.
Don't you think
You will
it's
see,
because we are Africans, we always look for
maybe,
a way
maybe,
to
you
point
know,
it as,
exactly.
spiritually? Don't you think
You
so?
see somebody that intentionally destroys their future, they will start pointing hand at someone. Oh God, now you use your hand to destroy yourself. No, they will start looking for hands to point. So when polygamy is there, you have automatically given that person excuse. So right now, if the boy died from natural occurrence, nobody wants to hear natural occurrence. All we want to know is that Judy was there, this one, that one, the other one. So my advice to any man out there, any woman out there, by all means, we can come here and say polygamy is sweet. Hey, hey, hey. By all means, please avoid polygamy. By all, I know it's not easy, but don't take you because of your own selfish reasons. Put your children in battles that even in years to come, they will not be able to finish fighting. I'm from polygamy, and I can tell you with my full chest, it is something that you never recover from. They can pretend they're at peace, she white lie. If you go and you sit down in their private meetings with their children, if you hear what they say about the other wife's children, and you see how they come out and smile with the other wife, you'll be like, huh? Please avoid it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Delicious Army.
God
Thank you for
bless
being
you.
here. I really
God
appreciate your
bless you.
contribution. So, from Delicious Army, she's my co-host for today. From her point of view, polygamy should not be advised. People should not go into polygamy. No matter how you look at things, people will definitely point fingers at the polygamy that is the cause of any problem that happens in the home. And taking it into consideration, what we are discussing about today, the Yul and May Edochie's first son demise, that every finger is pointing at polygamy, that you can't take it away from it, anyhow you look at it. Thank you so much. I also have First Lady here, time out with First Lady. She is also of the opinion that polygamy has a lot to do with what happened to you and May Edochie. But my people in the comment section are of different opinion. Even Joe said polygamy, no matter how you look at it, even if when Judy is not has no hands in whatever that happened, that people will always point fingers at her because of the way she portrayed herself. Even after marrying Yul Edochie, she came on to pepper them kind of behavior. So people would definitely point fingers at her. And in the comment section, a lot of people are saying no, polygamy has nothing to do with it. Some people are saying that only God knows exactly what happened in this case. I want to thank all of you, especially for your contribution, immense contribution in this conversation. It's really very interesting to see how our opinions are different, our minds are functioning differently, and also the encouraging words coming out from you guys, especially to the unmarried ones. Do not marry somebody's husband. That's what they've been saying in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining me, the Zaram family. Thank you, Olivia. I see you. Thank you, guys. Linda Ezokeke, thank you for being here. Mel Fitman, True Crime with Vanessa said, the truth is, no matter how long you sound it, some ladies have already made up their minds that they will end up with someone's husband. So no matter what we say, people will still be side chicks to our husbands, right?
Holy Ghost fire will mop all that
Not,
person.
not ours.
Come
Not
Judegi
today.
first.
Guys, you guys heard the lady. They say Holy Ghost fire and not our own husband. They're baby to those people's husband, not our own husband. And ladies, okay, must you point finger? This is what Nollywood has done with nonsense movies they produce. And she also said that somebody, let me read that comment. She said, over here, she lives in Brazil. She said, over here, a woman deleted her 3 children as a payback because her husband cheated on her. You can understand. This is not even a polygamous marriage. It has nothing to do with polygamy. So the woman was so angry that the man went on with another sissy, another side chick or side hen, and deleted her 3 kids. So you can understand how some people can take things the other way to the extreme, you understand, because of the feel they feel. Like we all know, human beings, we are at fashion to be selfish. Is me. It takes the grace of God for you not to be selfish. It takes the grace of God for you to even raise your children in these days not to be selfish, because all they think about me. And we try as much as we could as parents to tell them, no, not just you, but you and others. Always remember others so that you can feel their pain, understand reasons behind why they go through what they are going through. When you put yourself into their own shoes, to be able to empathize instead of sympathizing. Empathy is the best thing to look into. So I want to thank all of you for joining me. Let me see if there are comments I'm missing, and then we can continue. Gores, thank you for being here. You are amazing. Thank you for your support. Getting it right with Olivia said, unfinished battles that will last till God knows when. Unfinished battles. I believe he's talking about death and the circumstances surrounding that particular death. I can tell you there are more unhappy women in monogamous marriages than polygamy. I don't have statistics for that, and I will tell you no, because the number of polygamy we don't have a lot of polygamous homes these days. But I tell you, they can never be more unhappy monogamous women than polygamy. No, you know why? We know what jealousy can do. If your husband is praising the first wife, you that is the second wife will be feeling jealous. So there is no way you can even compare. If he's in a monogamous home and your husband is eyeing another woman outside, he can pay you. How much more when the rivalry is closer home, is closer to the heart? So no, I disagree with that completely, and that is my opinion. The Zaran Farin said death is inevitable. It can happen to anyone at any time. So they should stop pointing fingers at Judy. Zaran family, I hope they will hear you, but unfortunately, the internet is buzzing. The internet, everybody woke up to rain and words on this woman. I don't want to read out some of the comments because they are not something that anybody can sleep with when you go to bed. I don't know how she's doing. I don't know how that lady is going to sleep this night. And I want to believe as a human being, she'll be, counter-guessing herself. If I had known it was going to be this, I wouldn't have allowed you to pay my bride price. I wouldn't have married you. I wouldn't have even dated you. I didn't know it was ever going to be like this. And people are not stopping. They are not taking break. Maybe for her own peace, maybe she can decide tomorrow, you know what, I'm not doing again. I want to have my peace. Then people will now come after you have deleted this one. Now you want to say you're not doing. You must be there. So there is nothing that woman will ever do that will please the world, because they felt you took what doesn't belong to you. You went to the terrain that God has already made for another person. And for that reason, you are at fault. This is caution for young ladies and single ladies out there. Like the likes of Sarah, her friend. Sarah says she doesn't care. That's Judy's friend. She doesn't care being somebody's second wife. Be careful what you wish for. Because I don't want to believe there is a woman on earth that wants to be married in this way. That from the first day the news of your marriage broke on the internet till I am talking now, you haven't had a good congratulation from anybody. The whole world is against you.
Okay, host, please let me quickly say something.
Yeah,
let's take it or leave it. See, you see that marriage Judy and Yul are doing there. There's no peace in it. Just take it from me. You know why I said there's no peace in it? When you're married to someone and it looks like if everybody's against it, you go out there, your husband cannot, openly, display you. It's a way it affects the human mind. Ordinarily, you're having little issues with your in-laws. We all know how it affects the marriage. talk more of out there. Everybody's calling you names. Even your husband cannot, openly. Just as even your court wedding, they had to do it secret. She won't really have that fulfillment. Okay, now with this one that has happened, if yourself, begins to read all these kind of things, you get the kind eye go even take a look at, like, could it be? Could it not be? I just so that Judy would have just saved herself all this nonsense. She's a beautiful woman. She would have just, there are other single men out there that will be happy to settle down with her. But no, she said it's somebody's husband she wants to settle with. And okay, do it the right way now. You said no, this is the way you want to do it. So at this point there, our people will always say, whatever you sow, you reap. If you sow corn, it is corn you will reap. It is not flour. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sure, wahala.
Ami, thank you, and welcome to the hot table. Trending Gist with Octavia. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Also, the Colors of Boma, welcome. Boma, I reached out to you yesterday when I noticed that. I even left you something on IG, but I guess you're just seeing it this morning, my time, because I saw your notification on my IG. I hope it was helpful. I hope you've made adjustment to the video. I hope you were able to correct it as well. Thank you all for being here. So, Trending Gist with Octavia, what do you have to say?
I'm here to shake some table. I've been listening to you people. Well, my little one was outside riding her bicycle, so I was just listening because it's close to the road, so I had to pay attention. Thank you very much, host, for having me, and hello to everyone on the high table, because right now, table, the leg will break, Sha. What I have to say is I think it's too early for anybody to start pointing fingers. Is Judy an annoying person? 110%. And anybody that knows that, especially myself and Spice It, we're always going head to head anytime we discuss this. So that one is clear. Please let us Thomas. We're always going head to head. But right now, in this particular case, I don't think people should be blaming Judy. And I will tell you why. Gone are those days where women sit at home and allow men to do everything and bring in money and all of that. These days, women are brutal. And when I mean brutal, I mean in a good way. Women are working very hard and women are making a whole lot of, money. That there are some women that are way wealthier than the men they are married to. So I feel like, are we saying that, okay, she did this because she wants her son to be what? The person that will get the lion's share when the father passes on? There are two other boys, okay, and the daughter. So I don't even think that anybody should, because what she wanted, if you ask me, she has gotten. She wanted the man, she has gotten the man. She wanted a child with him, she got a son. So whatever happens, when you get old and passes on, part of his wealth will go to that child, whether you like it or not, if he has married that woman properly. So okay, I don't think that...
Let me say something here before you continue. So in our tradition back home, if the first son is gone, the next son following assumes the position of the first son. So Judy's son is also first son to Judy. Then the second child of May is now first son to May. But this Judy's son can never take over the other sons before. Do you understand? Before him. It's not done traditionally. It's not.
Okay. And another thing I'm saying is,
but again, let me also highlight, let me highlight. But if let's assume their father is the Igwe, you understand? In some cultures in Igbo land, it's only the first son that is allowed to sit on the throne. So what it means is that, assuming Yul was to be Igwe, or rather he's the Igwe, that means it's Judy's son now that will sit on the throne, not May's second son. Do you get it?
Really?
Yeah, in some culture in Igbo land.
Oh, okay, I see. Amazing culture we have.
You know why I had to point that out.
Yeah.
My husband's family, the first son said he's not entitled to be Igwe after their father passed. So they had to give it to another family to hold the throne. Then by the time that Igwe passes, they brought it back to their family, my husband's family. The first son said he's still not interested. They gave it to another family to hold the throne. And then that Igwe passed on after. The first son is still alive. He said he's still not ready. So they now approached the second wife, the other wife, another wife's first son. That one said he's not interested. They now approached my husband, who happens to be another first son. Do you understand? So they have jumped other sons in between, but they had to go through the first sons. You get the tradition.
That's why I said this our tradition is part of the problems we have also. Because I just don't understand this kind of what kind of calculation, like really, what kind of calculation is this?
Why are you saying what kind of calculation? How about the British monarch?
They too, they have a confused whatever they call it now.
Harry can never be king until William's children are done leading the throne.
Exactly, which is very annoying. Like it doesn't make sense. Not only our own culture, it doesn't. But I think these are some of the things that contribute to people feeling like second wives are all side chicks and all of that will be responsible for when things like this happen. But in this particular case, I just feel like Judy looks like a hustler herself. So I don't think there's any reason to do something like this because what she wants, she has.
Yeah.
He spends more time over there than he spends in Lagos. And come to think of it, the first wife doesn't even care. You get, like she's saying, I won't be numbered, I won't be counted, I won't be this, I won't be that. So she's distancing herself, or even though she has not filed for divorce or anything, but she's already distancing herself from the two of them. Like, carry on with your nonsense. I'm not going to be involved in that. So there's no competition here. You know, some women, for example, let's use the other, what's this other actress? What's her name? The Yoruba actress that married someone's husband.
Jana Daniels.
No.
Exactly. Mercy Aigbe. You know that the other woman said, don't even stand in that staircase to snap a photo. Yeah. So you know that that one is not even joking. Like, don't go to the house we built together. Don't do any of those stuff. So you can tell that if it was that type of situation, we're like, okay, because she's really, really interested. You know, all she wants is for that second wife to clear so she can have her husband, because she feels like they work together, struggle together, and you're not going to come in to reap where you did not sow. So, but in this case, I don't see that. Yul is always in Enugu or Onitsha or somewhere around there where Judy is. They're always filming together, producing and directing and all of that. So I feel like the relationship and everything is more, the fire is burning over there. So the lady doesn't have any need to clear any way. You understand? To get, is it the mansion that is in Lagos? If she works out, she can also buy her own mansion in Lagos. Both of them would stay in the mansion in Lagos. Do you get? The other ladies that have mansions, the blogger Linda Ikeji, she doesn't have two heads. You know, she's able to buy a house in Banana Island or something like that. So who says Judy?
Cora Obidi now just got in the US. What 1.6 million? So congratulations to women.
Exactly. So women are working very hard. So that competition is not the way it used to be before. Women were fully housewives, no jobs, nothing. So of course, if the money is not coming from your husband's pocket when he's the only one that is bringing in money, the competition is there. But now that people are working, having their side hustle, they don't really care. And let's also look at it from this other angle. A lot of people talk about polygamy. Polygamy is bad, but let's face the fact. 90%, I don't want to say 99% of people are in polygamous marriages that they don't even know. Because a lot of men have side chicks, full-blown ones outside that their wives are not even aware. So you're already sharing that bola with someone that you're not even aware of. But because they're playing the game very clean.
Sorry, this made me laugh out so loud. So they're already having side chicks. That means they're also indirectly in a polygamous marriage, right?
Exactly. You just don't know that there's someone out there, but they go there, they have their clothes there, they go and eat there, they cook. If you check the phone, the kind of chat you see, you just faint. Exactly. And it goes there, dip it, and come back home, and you will put it in your mouth. Where the other person backside. So you know, a lot of all these kind of things are happening, but a lot of women are not aware. And then we want to say this person did this. I don't think she did anything of this nature. I feel like if the autopsy comes out, we're going to find out.
All
What
right.
really happened?
Let's welcome callers of Boma to
Hello,
give us
everyone.
our own take
Hello,
on this.
everyone.
Thank you for joining
I
us
just,
today.
you're welcome. Oyoyo's world. I came up here to just drop, an opinion. It's something I want us to all talk about or see reasons from this angle. When this thing happened, a lot of us Africans, I can bet you, everybody in their mind said, Judy, your work don't complete. At some
Except
point,
me.
even if you know, truly it's not Judy Austin. But the first thing that will come to your mind is, polygamy was taking this boy from us. Sure, you understand?
Yeah.
Now, I see a lot of rage on the internet. I see people saying, "Oh, why are you people talking about Judy? Why are you people investing so much emotions and saying this is caused by polygamy? Why is this one saying this? Anything could have happened. Yes, the boy slumped and fell. It was a natural cause." First of all, before any natural cause, we are Africans. Then let me tell Nigerians something. Do you people know young children these days face depression? A lot of young children these days face depression. Nobody knows what that child faced in school after this whole saga with his family. Yes. I know a lot of kids that come back and say, we saw your mom on the internet fighting with your father, and this and that. You guys are trained. These days, children hold mobile phones, and nobody knows what that child has battled inside of him with the shame of him. He might be a shy person in school. All of a sudden, the drama has made his old classmates know how your father dumped your mommy and is married to somebody else. We have bullies in these big schools these children attend. We have people who use children who use mobile phones and can even send a young child to depression. Nobody is talking about the physical aspect it must have impacted on that child's life. We are all talking about it cannot be Judy. Yes, it's not Judy. But the situation around Judy would have also prompted this. Let us not forget. I'm not in any way judging that this is Judy's fault or anybody's fault. But before we start attacking people, yes, people say everybody is just pointing polygamy. At my own quiet time, I start to think about it. A child went to school, he played football, he read book the night before. The next day, something happened. And at this point, if I were Judy Austin, I would demand an autopsy on that child because I would totally want to clear myself and my name from this brouhaha. Because it stands now, the truth is, if I were a brand, even if I'm selling chicken, I would not want to give Judy Austin my brand to sell for me. It is that bad because I know she doesn't know the gravity of what this is. And it's so unfortunate that most of them don't know our channels to watch this kind of humble and, sane opinion. It would be, if I were to be her,
let me say something, Boma. She knows exactly what is the extent of this whole thing. And another thing I will say here, even if they do autopsy cannot reveal any juju. That's why juju is not accepted in the court of law. Because You cannot prove it, you cannot verify it, you understand? So it's not something autopsy can read. Autopsy might come up to tell us that the boy had an enlarged heart or the boy had some heart issues that was never dictated. Like the real people that got the information, he was at school when this happened. He complained to his friends that he was feeling pain on his chest, and then now went ahead to play football with his classmates. After a while of playing football, he got tired. He said, "Okay, you know what? I can't handle it. Let me go and sit." So he sat down, resting while the other boys continued to play. At some point, when they were calling him to come back and join them, the boy was not responding. So they ran to him and then realized he wasn't responding. They called the teachers. That's what parents that were in school at the time when this thing happened said. But the thing is this, I know it could be a medical condition, and everybody that came here is pointing out that yes, because there is a very controversial polygamous thing going on in the family, that everybody will point fingers on that. And being Africans, we all know any small headache you think is your neighbor that is giving you headache. Not knowing that you could have overworked yourself a night before that you're having headache. You could have stressed that you're having this. Our thoughts, it doesn't go, first of all, that maybe I'm having medical condition. The first thing an African man would think, only God knows who is chasing me. But it's unfortunate that it's happened. And I hope in one way or the other, they will be able to get this message you have conveyed today. And Judy definitely is not happy, honestly speaking, because And she'll be thinking now that my life is beginning to ease down, because she started doing promos, giving people gifts in her page, thinking like now this is going to drag all of them into what they never envisaged. I feel so sorry and so terribly bad for the parents, both Yul and May, and most especially May. I feel so terrible for May. Coming back to what you talked about, how the children react to things, I can relate on that, and I can understand you completely. We cannot take that away from anxiety.
The whole situation.
Yes, we can't. If the children are going through anxiety, this is part of the reason why they are going through anxiety. I give an example when I was on another live stream this morning, that I remember when we were home one evening. Everybody were minding their business, everybody on the gadgets, nobody was talking, nobody was saying anything. So I now said, I don't know who I was on the phone. I said, yes, so I want to do shower routine. So I was carrying my ring light, climbing upstairs to go and do shower routine. My daughter heard me from her room and ran to tell my husband that mommy says talking about doing shower routine. Everybody jumped to our bedroom. Do you understand? And what my daughter told me, mommy, the day you ever do shower routine, she'll stop school. I said, why would you stop school? She said, I cannot be dragged or disgraced or embarrassed.
Oh, thank you for this. So Yoyo's word. You really understand my point exactly.
I'm telling you, that's what my daughter, she was 11. She told me she cannot be dragged, she cannot be bullied, she cannot be embarrassed by her schoolmates. She will stop school. I say, is school that bad? She said, mommy, you don't even know anything. That you just be doing your own thing. Somebody might come and snap your face and share it among the school. They'll be gossiping about you. Why you don't know? Because they have platforms in school that, let's say you're in grade 8, every person in grade 8 is into that platform. So when she said that, I laughed. I shared that with some of my friends here on YouTube. We laughed over it. So you can understand what our kids go to. And secondly, because we are Africans, we don't ever believe that our kids can go through anxiety. I remember when my daughter came back one day when she turned 12, she was like, moody. I said, what is going on today? Because we have conversation every day. She was like that she's feeling somehow, that she needed to talk to somebody, that she wants to start this program at school. She wants to join them. That she now asked, but mommy, wait, why is it that African parents, they don't believe that their kids could be going through anxiety?
Even mental health issues, they don't believe.
That's anxiety. They don't believe that their kids could go through. And I say, why do you say? She said that's the discussion they have, them that have parents of from Africa, that is the same thing, every one of them we are talking. Because the Oyibo people, every small headache, oh, I'm going through anxiety, I am depressed, it's very easy for them. But we are passing the way we were raised onto our children, not minding they're not growing up in the same environment we grew up from. You understand? They are not dealing with the kind of things we dealt with. Internet is a good thing, and at the same time is the worst thing ever. If you look at it in the bullying aspect of it, every now and then here in the US, kids are buying themselves because they are being bullied online.
Oyoyo's word. Another thing I would like to say about this Juju thing, I'll soon be stepping down into the comment section. Nigerians, in as much as most of us try to pretend with the fact that Juju does not exist, spirituality is a mirage. People just say it and it doesn't exist. It might also, I'm just stretching out opinions. It might also be a case that the father might be having issues with anybody. You can have issues with somebody and they know, if I strike this man right now, it will be easy to identify me as the person that did this evil. So they wait for a scenario where your family is no more in assembly. They wait for a scenario where the family is scattered to even strike and to attack. So this attack might merely not even have anything also. I first said it might have something to do with Judy. You understand? My second point is it might even have nothing at all to do with Judy. It might just be a problem with the father. And maybe one or two people he might have offended that decided, okay, since I cannot show you Pepe, since there is a finger people can point to, let me now strike and let me deal with you. I don't know if you understand. So it also goes two ways. So
you said the right thing. See, in all the comments I read today concerning this thing, it was only one I took home. And that person simply said, when you lower the edge, the devil strikes. You understand? And that is what you just explained in a nutshell. They are already having a problem, and then enemies can come from anybody. It can come from anybody. Let's remember, not forget how some people were praying for Yul May Edochie to die last year. You understand? So enemies can be anybody, just like you rightly said. It might not have anything to do with Judy, but it could be somebody that have been targeting them and all of that. It could be anything. The likes of my husband does not believe in Juju and all of that. And I am tired of explaining it because I'm tired. He doesn't believe in any of those. But do we have those African magic? We do. Okay. But the thing is, okay, Emmy said,
sorry, why do people think that when they talk about Juju, it's really African magic?
Because it's unbelievable, something you cannot scientifically explain.
But
you get it?
Halloween, right?
But the fact that you cannot scientifically, the air you breathe, you don't see it, but you believe that there's something called air.
We don't see the air, but when you get to the lab, they will be able to tell you the components in the air.
But there are things that, we believe in God that we've never seen.
We believe in spirituality. We believe in God. You understand? But the thing is that I've not seen a court, you understand, that accept anything Juju as evidence in court. I've never seen one. And because we are, our thoughts and everything, every law, regulation binding us is based on scientific things. Law will have rules. You have to see this. You have to prove this. It's only the traditionalists that can prove Juju. And then the traditionalists, they have customary court. That's the highest they can go. They customary court 1, 2, 3 up until the appeal court in customary court level. They have their own where you can go and explain all of that. The customary people can understand it. They can call the traditionalists to come and explain some of those things. But once you come to customary, once you start from magistrate court, you can't prove otherwise. They will tell you it's not admissible in court. It's not acceptable. You can't prove it because there is no scientific backing to say that because you looked at me, my eye shongo came from somewhere and struck somebody. They can't prove it. So, Boma, you made a very valid point, and
you made a point, and I would like to add that if we think of training our children the same way our parents trained us, we'll miss it. As it is now, there is no way we can train our kids the same way our parents trained us. Even during our time, we're going through a lot of depression, but in African home, how do you explain to your mom or dad that you are depressed? They will tell you, this child, that you're not paying fees, you're not paying anything. How can you be depressed? It's very funny, but right now we have kids going through this kind of depression. I went to church with my daughter. My daughter is 13. She's turning 14. And she came to tell me that, Mommy, when I was in church, I saw a boy using his phone to take a picture of me. I had sat down and honestly, I had opened my legs just a little bit because I was feeling a little uncomfortable. And I saw this boy trying to take a picture of my legs, in between my legs. So I walked directly to the boy and I told him that, gentleman, I am not that friendly. If you know what is good for you, delete that picture.
Uh-huh.
And my daughter came to tell me, I have trained her to be able to speak her mind respectfully. She came to tell me and I was like, did you tell teacher? She said, no, I handle. I said, no. It's not about handling it. These teachers are also training children to be responsible men. Let's go,
Yes.
go and tell your teacher, your church teacher. We went there and the man was like, oh, she should have said something. And she said, oh, she handled it. And so I was like, no, if you handle it, you should be able to tell this man that that's what this boy is doing. So when I was going, I was like, I can't find this boy because we had closed from service. God being so good, where our car was, that was where the boy was standing with his friend. And she was like, Mommy, that's the boy. I walked straight to the boy and I was like, why were you taking pictures of my daughter's legs? It was like, people were saying that my daughter was looking at you. I was like, no. So my daughter looking at you means you have to take a picture of her legs? let this be your first and last one, because the next time I will look for your parents and I will discipline you in front of them. I sat in my car and I left. In the olden days, during our time, we are even shy to take our phone and take pictures of people's legs. But now these children.
But in the olden days, during our time, you would have smacked the child immediately without bothering whether the parents.
Immediately. But right now, you can't smack somebody's child. You can't smack somebody's child. The person would have received dirty slaps right there and then.
Yeah.
But right now, you can't train anybody's child, because they're going to tell you, you're not the one coming to train my child.
Mm-hmm.
But I have told him my peace of mind. And I'm sure when he sees my daughter, he will avoid her.
Yeah.
The whole point is that we as parents now, we must try and learn different ways of bringing up our children. People are saying gentle parenting. Gentle parenting is very good if you want, when you are training your kids. It enables them to be able to talk to you freely about anything, and I repeat, anything.
Yeah.
But I will also say that don't do away with your African upbringing. Once in a while, shake your body small, for them to know that in as much as they can see you as their parent, their friend, somebody they can talk to, you are first and foremost their parent. These kids go through a lot of anxieties and a lot of depressions, and sometimes if they still have typical African parents, they don't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah.
These kids were probably going to school and then their friends were calling them names. I came and I said that I saw a video of the girl, Daniela's, and I said, this girl is not feeling good. This girl is not well, because I feel that the girl is depressed from her videos from TikTok. I was like, there is something wrong somewhere. Because even if friends will not say it to her face, when she walks into a room, she will feel that somebody's talking about her. She'll feel that people are talking about her. She'll feel that her family problem has now become a topic for discussion on a round table, which the people are probably not involved in this conversation. Like, it's not even your business, but they're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And our kids are going through this. Most of the time, they're like, what am I going to talk to? My friends will laugh at me. What am I going to say? This and this and that. And they're keeping it within them. And then they're causing themselves so much pain and trauma. So much pain and trauma. And African parents, we still have African parents who sack their children from their house because their daughter is pregnant. I have a cousin who got pregnant when she got pregnant in Form 3. She went to write her BC, and then after what people call JAM, but for a lower version. And then she gave birth while she was waiting to go into senior high school. Her mother took the child and said, Madam, back to school. Don't repeat this mistake. Because the mother was like, I didn't teach my daughter about cycle. I didn't teach my daughter that she can, if she starts having sex now, she can get pregnant. She knew nothing about it, but children as they are probably wanting to know what is going on. They want to understand what is happening with their body. And then I didn't give that space for her to be able to ask me, for me to understand. So in as much as my daughter made a mistake, I also made a mistake in my upbringing. And my parents,
she acknowledged that?
She acknowledged that.
Wow, that's a special woman.
I was shocked. This woman took this child. This girl went to school. She went to SS. She went to the university. When she was done, now she's doing law degree. And there's this man who says he wants to marry her. And the man was like, I want to marry you, but how about you leave your daughter with your mom, and then we can start. The girl was like, gentleman, I'm not in a hurry to get married. If you know you can't accept me and my dog, that is the way. And for this statement that you have made, I won't even marry you.
First lady, look at this comment. You know, let me start with this one. Treasure G said, these days, if a child is extremely in depression, they say it's Obanje, that she's possessed with an evil spirit. That's what most people say back home. Then Delicious Emmy said, the parents were busy doing promotion on their pages. They are not paying attention to their children. And I want to really talk about what Delicious Emmy talked now. You know,
sorry, before that, maybe you need to address the other comment you had pinned from Nena Bineka or something like that.
Okay. Let me go back a little. Sorry about that. Nena, thank you for being here. Nena Wajako. All right. You people forgot Yul took a woman from her husband's house. People might think the man is happy without knowing the problem is theirs. Okay, That means that while Judy was still with Mazi Obasi, okay, Yul has started dating Mazi Obasi, dating Judy, and
Exactly.
Mazi Obasi might not be happy with
Right.
that whole scenario. It is possible, but the thing is that we cannot verify for
But
sure.
that's not true now. Host, you remember his video? He
Then
said they had returned the
Yeah,
bride
it was.
price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We cannot
Yeah.
verify for sure what really happened. Mazi Obasi said they were still married. Then when evidence started coming out from the Judith's friend, when she granted an interview that this man has been divorced, the whole case has been in court like 8 or 5 years before Judy and Yul started. But people will always come with speculations. They will always come with theories, you understand? People
Right.
write according to what suits their fantasy. And for me, before I believe on anything, I have to make sure it's either coming from Punch News, Vanguard, Online, and all of that, Linda Ikeji, any other blog, I don't believe all of those. So I don't even go to Facebook to source for information because there are a lot of misinformation going out there. So, and that's where I'm going to leave that. Then what Emmy said, parents might not be observing their children's mood, whether they are happy. They will just come, okay, hey, I'm in Lagos today. I'm here hanging out with my, no, I didn't get the voice right. Guys, I'm here hanging out with my son, you know. Hanging out with your son is not the way, is not the only thing. You have to do more than that in parenting. You have to break that silence. If your child is so quiet, break the silence through conversation. Find out what the child is, what is going on in the child's mind. Try and twist topics and subject to see if he will come out from the shell to discuss with you the problem he's going through. But I don't know if they were actually considering that these children might have been going through a lot with all the negative things online that they are seeing. I don't know if they ever thought about seeking for a counselor or maybe speaking to a priest to
In
talk
Africa,
to their children. I don't know what they did and what they did not do.
it's not allowed for a child to say, I want to seek counselor. They feel, what at all are you going to talk about?
That is our parenting now. That is African people.
Yes.
Because you're not the one making money. You can't say you're lacking anything. That means you don't have feelings.
I'm telling you, me, when I grew up, I noticed that I had daddy issues. Okay. I noticed that I had daddy issues. I feel like I have so many things against my father. And because of that, I don't love him like how a child is supposed to love their parent. Because I feel that when it was time for my father to behave like a parent, he decided to behave as like a child, but he wanted me to behave like a child. And I am from a broken home, and my father remarried and all those kind of stuff. I found out he remarried from an outsider. I didn't even know that he had remarried. So, like, if I'm going to details, you realize that, there are a lot of issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of the daddy issues, but I decided to work on it because I don't want to. Most of the time, we women take our daddy issues into our marriages, and people don't notice this. A lot of people don't notice that they take their daddy issues into their marriages. They go like, and you see, because a lot of people have a lot of pain in their heart, and they're looking for that male figure to vent it on, and they don't notice that their husband is not their father, and they end up putting it on their husband. So I noticed, and I was like, no, I'm not going to fall victim into this. I'm not going to allow anybody have that kind of power or control over me or my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I'm going to seek professional help. I started speaking to somebody. I started paying to go to speak to a psychiatrist. Not because I'm mad. No, I'm not mad. People think that Africa, especially when you say you're going to see a shrink, even in the States, they say you are mad.
Mm-hmm.
You're not mad, but sometimes you need somebody who is educationally equipped to be able to help you dissect deeper and deeper and deeper to unfold all the wrapped up things inside of you that you didn't even know that you had.
Yes.
And that is what brings me back to these kids. If they don't take care, they may end up taking it into their professional life, into their marriages. And I keep saying this, polygamy is not good. It may be good for you, but your children, think about your children, because they end up suffering the most. They end up suffering the most. These children will start being moody, they'll start being quiet, they will like to be in their shell. Their friends are going out, but they don't want to have anything to do with it. If you're not lucky, some of them rely on drugs, others rely on pornography, others rely on liquor. You have no idea. But because we think we are parents, we think we have the right to put our happiness first before our children. That is not the way to go. That is not the way to go. God, you see, what we fail to realize is that when we go to heaven or judgment, God will ask us that I gave you 3 children. I gave you 2 children. How well were you able to bring them up according to Christ? How well were you able to give them peace of mind? Because you were their representatives on earth. You are my representative on earth. I can do what I can do from the top there, but they're learning mostly from you. What were you able to teach these children for them to have a very good and convenient environment? But we are thinking about us and our sex, and we can't eat rice all through our lives. So we must try jollof, we must try salad, we must try steamed meats. God is watching you. Some people may think that I'm against polygamy because I don't want to share. Yes, I don't want to share my husband. But most importantly, I feel like my children will suffer. My children will suffer because I have seen the disadvantages of polygamy. I have seen a lot of polygamous homes. And probably at one point in time, you see them sitting down laughing and all those things. But behind that laughter, the Bible even says that the heart of man is desperately wicked.
Wicked, who can tell?
So behind that laughter, what can I say? I can't tell. I can't tell. There were times when maybe your father gave birth to another woman, and then your father decided to marry another wife, right? Or your father decided to marry your mother. Now, when you are going to visit your stepsibling, your mother will say, "Please, the food, don't eat. Don't even drink water. Please be careful of where you step." Yeah. These things are put in our heads. And our parents don't say certain things for saying sake. They have seen it happen before. They have seen it happen before. They have seen people go, and then before you realize, maybe you won't start seeing the consequences now. Like you rightly said, we can't prove it. You start seeing it right now, but maybe in 5 years, in 4 years, you realize that's not how my child is. All of a sudden, but they will do it in a way that you'll be able to trace your steps back. Before you're able to trace your steps back, it's already too late.
Wow, this is so deep. Thank you so much. Thank you. And the Delicious Amy came back because she wanted to buttress a point. Yes. She said that the parents were busy promoting on Instagram. They were not paying attention to the kids. So let's see what she has to say.
Okay, Hosh, thanks for adding me back. Sorry, I'm meeting. Let me quickly explain that point. I'm not saying that May didn't do well for advertising on Instagram. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that some parents, I don't want to use the word do not deserve to be parents, especially these are social media parents that feel that training children is buying them the latest phones, giving them the latest clothes, the latest video games, the best schools. They feel that is how to train a child. When this whole issue was happening, I was in a particular live stream, and I said this thing. Joe then was enjoying the whole drama. He was doing ads. He even started doing discount stuff and posted the new amount he's charging for ad promotion on his Instagram page at the detriment of his own family. Judy went there and opened another page for the son. Even started doing ads there, brought out ads rates. This is the amount I'm using to run ads on my page and on my son's page. May was the only one that was quiet that period. She wasn't saying anything because only the woman knew what she was going through. I'm not here to come and side me. What I'm saying is that a lot of people, a lot of parents earn revenue from their children's tears in the name of they want to get stars. They want to get super chats. Let me use Editorial as an example because I will still use her as an example. When this whole drama was going on about her, just imagine her children were, maybe 16, 15, and their parents or their colleagues watch their mother in school. and say, oh, your mother is owing somebody. Tell me how those children mental health will be messed up.
Mildly. The way it was on social media, your mother is a thief. That's what they said on YouTube, that you're a thief. Oh, pay the person you're owing.
You get me? Just God forbid those children were grown up that they have access to phones. I know children of nowadays now, a child of 10 years old has the latest iPhone. They're even the ones that will come and tell you what is happening. You see 2 grown-up women fighting themselves on social media. They don't care. They are getting popular. They'll tell you every how they say every attention is for
every publicity is a good publicity.
Thank you. People are dragging you, calling you names instead of you to clarify things or carry your family drama and enter inside house. You say no. You want to use it to, do adverts to become. So someone even said it's even helping Yul. Yul is becoming more popular. It's helping Judy. He's becoming more popular. May is becoming more popular. People don't think about your children. There are some children that go through these things. They can't even tell you that, mommy, this marriage thing is affecting me in school. They can't tell you because they know that even you that is their mother, you are not okay. You are just struggling to be alive. I remember when we were having this issue too in my family then, I would see my mom and I would cry. Because mom was always depressed, always sad. I would be going through things and I cannot even tell my mom. Why? Because I'm like, my mom is already going through her own. If I now come and tell her my own, it will make her cry more. Well, let me keep quiet. Let me enjoy it and look for a solution. Who knows what these children went through? I understand this thing so well because I was once in this circle. At the age of 15, I was so depressed, so depressed. I couldn't talk to my mom. I couldn't talk to anybody because I know that these people are going through their own. My mom was just there trying to pick up the pieces she was left with. If not the grace of God, today I can stand and tell the story and laugh. It could also be depression that led to all these things. Who knows?
Yeah, that one can cause heart attack. Obviously, it's been linked to it. Stress and depression has been linked to heart attack.
And we all know that these kids of nowadays, most of them are not well trained. They say anything. They bully you with anything. Who knows what the colleagues have told him? You that your dad is a community. Those kind of way. Who knows? Who knows?
Community cucumber.
Which I will talk now. Who knows? This is a word of advice to every parent out there. Continue doing dramas. Continue washing your dirty linen because of YouTube revenue and Facebook revenue. Continue doing things to get certain milestones. The day to come on your children, you will look for tears. You will not see any.
Okay, Amy, now that you brought this conversation to this extent, I want to ask for your opinion. What do you think?
What Amy said.
Let me just ask her this question. So before you continue, okay. What do you think about Aisha Boo Boo? I think that's their name, right? What do you think out of it?
You see those two people? You see those two people? They are the what they call the disgrace attached to marriage. If they are doing that for publicity, they should just end that marriage and go their separate ways. That thing they are doing, there is no marriage. And I so much pity their son that does not even know what the parents are doing on social media. I pity their son so much. And in this our society, we do things for now. We don't think of the next 20 years.
Yeah.
See this GRV guy that went for governorship post in Lagos State. See what was done to him. Because allegedly, they said the father was not married to the mother. Imagine when they now even have more stories like this, how your father and your mother were fighting themselves on TikTok and everywhere. Do parents even ask themselves, if tomorrow my son comes out for a governorship post or a councillor post?
Jeremy's mother is from my husband's community. So, and the man eventually married the woman. So they should stop it.
You see? If people come out and manufacture lies that are not true.
Behind every smoke, they say there is every how is it said again? There is a
Behind every rumor,
there's
there's a
right?
anchor of truth.
So it
Yeah.
could be that they had the child before the man came to realize, you understand? And look at it, 40 years after they brought
Exactly.
So
if people can bring out rumors to bring you down, talk more when you give them a genuine thing to talk about. That's all I want to say.
The truth is, if you have talent, you're not going to bank on making caricature of your family. That's just the truth.
I like what Amy said. You know, I was talking to you about my cousin who had a child when she was really young. You know that one time, you know, whenever, just like my daughter, we have, me and my cousin, we speak a lot. So just like my daughter, when my daughter comes back from school, I say, baby, how are you? She said, I'm fine. I was like, how was school? School was fine. So today what happened? And she starts, Mommy, do you know what happened today? She would gist me from morning to what happened in the bathroom, to what happened on her way to from her way home till she got home. So this time around, my cousin's daughter was like, Mommy, do you know what happened today? Say one of the girls started calling me, teenage pregnancy girl.
Wow.
Yes, because my cousin goes to this. My cousin is very involved in her daughter's education. So the least thing, she goes to the school. She goes to the school to find out how the girl is going, how the girl is doing. If she's having any problems with any teachers, she's in the school. So she's always involved in the child's education. Mm-hmm. And the kid said that to my niece.
Wow.
And then I asked my cousin that what did my niece say? She said that, Vanessa, she told them that at least my mother wanted me because my mother had the choice to abort me. My mother has 2 degrees, a master's, and now she's in law school. What does your mother and your father have?
Oh.
Then one of them said, my father will be the one to bath your mother. My niece said that my mother doesn't need you bathing her because she doesn't need smelling people in her environment. I have so many things to do with my time, so please excuse me. Then she left. But if it was some people back or some kids, they would have just entered into their shell. They are calling me teenage pregnancy daughter. They are calling me names in school, but she stood up for herself.
Yeah, she's an exceptional kid.
Yes, she stood up. And she has so much confidence.
Yeah, she's an exceptional kid because some kids will break down and then come back, throwing tantrums to their parents, calling them out. Look at what you did many years ago, how it's affecting me and all of that. Another thing I would say, parenting is a full-time job. If I really would say it, you have to always.
The background was.
Yeah,
I want to go to the gym.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. When I mean it's a full-time job, you have to find out what is going on in the lives of your kids. By any means necessary, break that silence. Don't just be that parent that will be so up here and your kids are down there. Try and bridge that gap to know how you can relate with them. And the earlier you start making them to trust you on every conversation, the easier it gets. If you shout on them when they bring some kind of topic, why are you discussing that? Why are you talking about? They will never come to you with those kind of conversation. And you wouldn't know how they are dealing with it.
That was how
I watched a video about somebody on YouTube talking about sex education. I said, to me, sex education is that conversation that every mother should have with her, or what will I say, with her kids, whether boy or girl. That is that conversation. And don't wait until the child is 15 before you start having that conversation. The earlier you start, the better, because now they start teaching them about reproductive system at age 10, age 9. So don't wait. And I'm glad I'm having that conversation. My daughter came back from that one girl in her school got pregnant. Guess how old the child is? The child is 12 years old. Yes. And the person that got her pregnant is 14. So they are both teenagers. So Anna was like, how did it happen? That she was even that she came one day telling her friends at school that she used the pillow and then made it look as if she was sleeping, and she sneaked out to go and see her boyfriend. 1 month after, a goal has been scored. And because she's still a child, shamelessly, she doesn't even care. She came to tell them that she's pregnant. And I sat my daughter down. I say, you see, this girl has ruined her future. Because I'm not sure that her mother is going to take the kid from her for her to get back to school. If she's living with her father alone, that means the family is not together. So is it the father that will start now to start pushing the baby? No. But we need to have these conversations with our kids, no matter what. Try to find out if your child is moody, something is bothering her. And no matter how we look at it, all of these things form the anxiety we are talking about. It forms anything.
Yes.
We don't know what this Yul May's kids, what they've been going through for the past 1 year.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know if they are seeing a counselor. We don't know if they are in therapy. We don't know. But knowing my African people, I will tell you they are not in therapy. Because of the way we reason, no, they will get over it. They are kids. What do they know? They are not lacking anything. After I provide money, I provide this. It's not all about what you provide. How about the things you can provide? The emotional support.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, welcome you all. Thank you, Cosre, for being here. Thank you, Mommy Feti. Mommy Feti said Amy was trying to be diplomatic and now opened up the whole story. Sorry about that, Mommy Feti. Thank you guys for joining me today. So Joe has been chatting that he has something to say. So Joe, I'm going to give you the platform to share your opinion, and then very soon we'll be rounding up. I want to especially appreciate all of you for joining me on today's conversation. You guys are amazing. Joe, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, ma.
All right, the platform is yours.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've been listening to everybody's view, and honestly, one way or the other, we all have a point to prove. Either we are supporting the motion or we are against the motion. Everybody all have a point to prove in this kind of situation. But there's one thing I want to point out is that I think I just hope that most of all these people can have access to this kind of channels, whereby, they need to see things differently from the way they view it. And this kind of scenario is a wake-up call, not just for the mother alone, because in this African part here, most of the men always believe that the only duty of a man is go to work, bring money home, bring provisions. Hey, daddy, welcome, daddy, yo, fine. You go inside and go and sleep. Then they feel that is all their responsibility. And most times, these things also affect the mothers as well, because now most mothers, or let me say, most parents are not giving their children the necessary audience, the necessary things they need to do. Like, you notice that, okay, this boy or girl is doing something that is not doing before. They don't notice them. And most times, you don't blame the mother as well, because when the father is not helping, when the father is not contributing, whereby you are assisting the mother, you put all the whole house chores, all the whole responsibilities of the house, you put it on the mother's head. So tell me now, which time will the mother have for the children? So this is why I would say this is not just on the mother side alone. Both sides needs to come together. Both sides need to come together. If as a father you notice that your son is exhibiting this kind of character, and you true, or maybe your son, maybe something is happening to him, but maybe in a part that yes, you as a man you understand better, you can be able to guide him and advise him. Then you as a mother as well, if you notice that your daughter is also going through maybe a puberty stage, and maybe she's scared, you as a mother, you've passed through it, then you can be able to guide her. So both sides need to be supportive, not just the mother alone. And that thing has really spoiled us in this African part. The fathers don't contribute anything to whatever that happens to the children, whether they're having anxieties or whatever they have. Their own is they just go to work, they go and bring money home and let them feed. They feel that is where their responsibility ends. And regarding this death of May's son, I will still continue to say it. Yul May Edochie is also has a fault in this scenario because of the way he did, the way he controlled the situation. The circumstances wasn't good at all. Because now I dropped a comment before. I said, okay, what if now there's one thing in this world, nothing you do that people will not find a reason to criticize you. Either you are doing good, the good side, they will criticize. Now, all this why May kept quiet with all this situation. Now, I'm not saying that. Let us look at it this way. What if it was Judy's child that died? Now, people will not say, oh, no wonder May had kept quiet all this while. So she already had her plans. She knew what she wanted to do, so that's why she kept quiet. So there's nothing in this world that we do that people will not find a reason to. But let us make sure that, yes, we are doing the right thing.
You
And
know,
that's why I will
Joe, you just said something that really, we haven't touched on. What if it was Judy's son that this happened to? A lot of people will say it serves her right. That's what some people will come online to say. Honestly, because the way they are going, they're not even thinking about human beings anymore. They are thinking about just their emotion. Why am I saying this? For somebody to come and say, you've gotten what you're looking for over his own child. They're not even feeling that this man is going through some pain right now. They are telling him that yes, he and his second wife are the ones responsible for what happened. That you've gotten what you're looking for. You've gotten what it's still him that lost the son. So he's still feeling pain, no matter how we look at it. He's still feeling pain. And again, like you said, men in Africa, I learned they're beginning to help, okay? Not gone are the days of our own fathers. I learned the young men these days are beginning to help. I see them carry, what is it called, baby carriers when they are going for hospital checks and all of that. So I want to believe they are beginning to help. But it's a long journey for them because of the society where they are, the culture of the people. But the thing is that we should start listening to our kids more. We should start listening to them, observing what is going on with them, trying to find out, because no matter how we look at it, if they are going through anxiety, is in order for them to go through it, because their father, their mother been on the internet for the past 1 year. People are tearing them up, down, right, left, and center. Let me welcome our beautiful sister Uju of Uju's Talk Show. Thank you for joining me today, amazing woman. Thank you for being here. What do you have to tell us? I know you are very passionate about May, and I know you are indeed feeling very pain about what happened today. Just like every one of us felt pain as a mother, as a human, you ought to feel pain. So, Sister Ju, welcome to the live stream, and let's have your contribution.
Thank you so much. I am really very numb. I don't know what to say. I am speechless. Nobody saw this coming. But when things like this happen, what do? I know people are, pointing accusing fingers. This is not the time to point accusing fingers. This is a time for us to pray for the family. But I would like to point out some things. And I read some comments. The May and you have not announced it. They have not announced it publicly. And I went to, is it Sarah Martin's page? She already announced it. And people are giving it. Yes. And people are giving it to her. I think that was very, she if you go to her page, Instagram page, yes. I don't know whether she has taken it
and
down.
This person also posted about it, Missiano. Yeah. Missiano, that's the brand May is representing.
Yeah, so I didn't check Missiano. And people are giving it to her because they're telling her, why are you posting this? You didn't even celebrate this child when this child was alive because you just had his birthday. Was it 2 months ago? Mm-hmm. Why are you posting this now? And there was a post. I know I screenshot shot that post. I have it. That Sarah posted. She was advertising something. She said, if your ex is giving you trouble, pay so and so amount of money and I will give her shege, or will give your ex shege. You see? So what am I trying to say? People should be very careful what they post on social media. If you go to that her post, I think she posted it, mourning the child today. People are giving it to her. And I'm like, that's very insensitive of her. to post it. Allow you or May to post it before you do. I'm glad Judy hasn't posted anything, because you should allow the family to post first. And remember, that is exactly what happened with is it Eniola Badamas? Is it Eniola?
Yes.
When she posted about Davido's son. Exactly what this Sarah did. I don't know whether she has taken it down.
What's her official name on Instagram?
Her name is official Sarah Martins. She has a candle there.
Yeah, they all do. Sarah, Misiano, and Destiny Etiko, all of them.
They shouldn't. They should allow the parents to say something. But what can I say? I would like to, discuss this on being a medical professional. Let me tell you, this same thing happens here in America, where kids go for maybe one kind of sport or the other, and they slump and die. That is why, when your child wants to join into any sport or participate in a sport, they are required to go for physical examination.
Yes.
And this physical examination entails having an EKG. EKG will show the heart rhythm. If they detect anything wrong with the rhythm, then they'll go for more tests to make sure the heart is okay. Because think about it, we don't know, nobody. You cannot say that your child is perfect because you see them waking up in the morning and you don't know what is going on with a child. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That is very important. And another thing is, when the children are even out doing sports or playing basketball, football, or whatever, you have to make sure that they have what they need, like Gatorade, water. I don't know how. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that is what happened with him. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But we have to make sure they have electrolytes available
with them. Yeah.
I don't know how the weather is back home. Is it very hot? What is going on? Because I know this is the time of inter-house sports for many schools back home. I'm just telling this for parents to be aware. If your child is participating in sport, make sure they have Gatorade, they have fluids available. Do you understand? Because children, one thing, once they get into dehydration, that's it. They may have heat stroke, and that's it. I don't know what happened to him. I cannot say. We're waiting for the autopsy result. But this is just for parents to know. Because this same thing happened to one of our African sisters here in Nevada, in Las Vegas. The child just went for, I think it was basketball, and slumped, and that was it. And just said, oh, I'm feeling tired. I don't feel good. Sat down. That was it. So this is what parents should start, paying attention to that. But now, what I want people to do is, don't point fingers. Yul is mourning. He's mourning his son too. May, both of them. Yeah. And we have to just pray for them now. Let us just stop these accusing fingers that people are pointing. In due time, whatever happened, whatever caused this death will come out. But for now, let us just keep this family in prayers. Another thing, let them not, the other children, they should pay attention to them. This is time for them to get all their 3 children, the remaining 3, together and seek help. To find out because they will not deal with this. Some of them will not know. All of them will not know how to handle this. This is their brother. This is the first son.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not, because of what the parents, what they've been going through, the children may not know how to voice it out. They will be crying, but they'll be going through a lot. It is time for them to bring their family together. People, please stop this social media stuff, because the kids are grown. 2 of them are grown, and they see what is happening.
Yeah.
But these children, the ones that are alive now, these 3 remaining ones should not be neglected. This is the time to get them, get a therapist, go through therapy with them, especially the girl. You know, the first child.
Yeah.
So this is
You know, Uju, you know, I wish, I don't know who is close to me. Those are the kind of things they will tell her in her inbox or, you know, through WhatsApp. All of them need to go through therapy.
Exactly.
You understand? That's why Oyibo people, it doesn't take them anything. Divorce like this, they are seeing therapists. But our own, we think we can tough it up. We are too strong. Africa, the black don't crack, but we crack. We're humans. And you can't tell me that these children will be just fine after reading all manner of nonsense they say about their father or their mother or say about them on the internet. There is no way they will be fine. So therapy is a good suggestion for them right now. Prayers is another one. The first thing I said here, anybody coming into the live should please say a word of prayer for this family and also a minute of silence for the innocent boy that passed. And again, to add to what Uju said, in our community here, there is a Yoruba couple. Their son went to college, his first year in the college. He joined the school basketball. He's a boy we know in church. We see him. We know when he had his communion and all of that. A lot of people in the community, got to know. He used to be a manserver in the church. So we know this boy. In one word or the other, we have seen him. So he got to college last year. The parents were home. They were called to come to the hospital. Their child was gone. What happened? He slumped at the games. And they have medical personnel at all games.
Yeah.
They try everything they could do. The boy is asthmatic and they could not save him. So anything can happen to anybody. The one, is so painful, especially with their culture. The couple did not come for funeral processing of that boy because in Yoruba culture, your elders don't bury their young ones. They don't see them. So they stayed back while the uncle and relatives and the community, Nigerian community, went. I told my husband, I can't be able to go. I can't stand it. So he went on our behalf. So it's very painful when you lose somebody like that. It is very painful. I also talked about a boy, an African boy here. They went swimming in school swimming. Then one of the kids at school, an Oyibo boy, was drowning. This African boy jumped in to save the boy and saved the boy, brought the boy to the pool and sat him down, and he drowned.
Oh God.
The African boy now drowned. So what will you say? Who will you point finger at? Will you say ancestors from the African community follow them to America? What will one say? And then the boy that he saved, do you think he's going to be so happy living his life, knowing that someone passed, saving me? It's all a very, very kind of scenario that boy, the one that is alive, they had to go through therapy upon therapy upon therapy to see if they will get his mind okay. And what the family of that boy did was they took care of every funeral expense of that boy. But will he bring the child back? No. The child was only doing good and ended up being the one that passed.
But you know why people are pointing fingers? It's because of everything surrounding this issue. All the problems.
I know.
That's why they are pointing
fingers. know.
And let me tell you personally, I have something I don't know. This has been so heavy in my heart, and I will not say it. I will not say it anywhere till God reveals it. It has been so heavy in my heart. But I will not. There was a time, I can't remember how many months ago, I just had this fear for me. A terrible fear gripped me for me. I started praying. I said, what is this? What is happening? A terrible fear. As if some people, I'm not saying no, I don't want to say now. People will say.
Yeah.
I had a terrible, and let me tell you, I don't joke with my instincts. I really don't joke with them. If you go to my community yesterday, it was even 2 days before that, I just had this grip about children. Parents, don't be too busy for your kids. Before this thing happened,
don't be too busy for your kids.
I had it. It's like
I saw it.
I was praying. It was during my quiet time. It just came so heavily. I'm like, I started praying. I said, parents, please. I was just praying. I forgot about it. Woke up in the morning. It was so heavy. I said, I must post this. And I posted it. And one person, well, there was a YouTuber that commented, this is for me. Because I almost lost something. I went to her community. She almost lost her child. So, and then I had this news. When this news came, I said, But I can't remember months ago, I had this terrible fear for May. You know, people think I follow May because of I want to talk about her. No, I've shared how I experienced her. It was in a dream. I've never met her. I don't know anything about her. It was in a dream that I saw her. And I saw myself counseling her, praying for her. So that months ago, it was a terrible grip of fear. And I think I posted something, maybe short. I started saying, May God is with you. God will continue to bless you. What? I don't know. I think some people
what you're saying now, another lady that is one of May's top fans says she had a dream. You understand? It's on Linda AKG's comment section.
See?
Yeah, her name is Jody or something. Jody Bells or Jody Bella or something like that. She is somebody should be talking to that one because right now she's not having it. She is so angry. In fact, she's over the board. If you read her comment and then people responding to her, assistant God, so you have found that she said, no, people should stop talking, that she saw this happening, that she didn't even know it was me. That it was it Judy's son, that she started praying against it because she doesn't know have anything to do with this boy. So eventually happens to be May's child. And then somebody gave them prophecy January 1st. It's all over the internet, telling the Pete Edochie's family to be prayerful this year that something is happening in their home. And according to the internet, the YouTube video that they shared, that the pastor of that said that prophecy tagged Yul May Edochie. And I don't know if you got it. I don't know. But the thing is this, if they saw this on 31st night and they prayed about it and it still happened, who do you think? Nobody should be blamed. Maybe that is the will of God.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And I saw a video talking about what that pastor said. I said,
Let me quickly add this, host. Not every vision is coming from God.
Exactly.
The devil too can see a vision. That's so let's consider that.
Why is this pastor always saying that? I don't understand. Do you understand? That's what I said in my spirit, and I just kept quiet. Why is he always saying that? Do you understand? If that is coming from God, when God shows you something, it means there's you that is seeing it. Pray and ask God. Even Hezekiah, when God told Hezekiah, you're gonna die. Do you understand? He saw it. God told him. He prayed. It was reversed. But I'm not saying no. I don't know. But when I heard that pastor, I'm like, not every vision. I'm telling you, I don't know. Nigeria, I don't want to put my mouth. So, but yeah. So that's the thing. And if you notice, for a long time, I haven't said anything about me. But was it last week or I showed a picture of her before, and then I did another video about her. I'm like, why am I thinking about this lady like this? So when this happened, my dear, I don't know, I'm numb, but I don't even know what to say. I'm just waiting for them to say something, official, before I can even post anything on.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate indeed, Cos Rep. And our thoughts and prayers, go to the family at this time. They need all the prayers we can say for them. Exactly. And what I'm saying here, a lot of people are blaming polygamy. A lot of people are pointing finger at Judy. This is not the right time. It's too sensitive. This is not the right time to point fingers at anybody. A lot of people are going so spiritual that they did all of this, did exchange. If you cannot prove it in court, better don't write it, because anybody can take you up on that, and then you have to prove whether you followed him or her to go do the juju to exchange lives.
That's the thing. Nothing hidden. If there's something fishy about it, it's a matter of time. it will be revealed. Do you understand?
Definitely.
So in the meantime, we don't need all this. Let's just pray for them. And my own concern is the 3 children. The 3 children. Let them get them together. Please get a therapist. They need help. Because you know what kids do? They bottle things up a lot.
Yes.
My heart is bleeding for you and me, but my heart bleeds more for the kids. Because I remember when I lost my dad, I wasn't even a kid. I almost lost it. I almost ran mad. Do you understand? Because I wasn't close home. It was just my husband. If it wasn't for my husband, I don't think I would have survived it. But these are little kids. They've seen their parents separate. They're watching now the first son. Think about it. Coming home, you know how kids play together. They'll come home and their brother is not there. They'll go to his room. He's no longer there.
Yeah.
It is a trauma. So I am pleading and I'm begging anybody close to them. You see these kids. They should bring them close. They need therapy.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I don't want to stay long. Thank you for
Thank you so much, Wanyama. You're breaking down already, please.
Bye.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. You guys are really, really very gracious with your time, with your contribution. I can't thank you guys enough. Honestly, I can't. I'm so grateful to have all of you in my life here on social media. Thank you guys immensely for jumping in. Thank you guys for your contribution. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you guys immensely. It's indeed a very troubling one. It's indeed a very sad one. Like I said before, in the course of the conversation, I lost a brother, and a young brother, not an old brother. And I watched my mom break down losing her first son. And I don't know, that's the child that is closest to my mother's heart. How God has sustained my mother. This year will make it May this year will make it 14 years my brother passed. And he was single when he passed. He was very young when he passed. Out of university, started doing his business. He was trying to settle down, and the devil struck. So it's very painful, and it's very, very painful anyhow you look at it. So I can't begin to imagine what May is going through and what Yul is going through. I can only say yet I can relate as a sibling. And when it happened to me, I was already a full-grown adult. So, but for the children in this mix, I don't even understand how their mind is working right now. And let's not forget that the little ones, one of them at least should be in the same school with the big brother. So maybe he was the first to know before their parents got there, or whoever that was their guardian or whatever got there. But this is the time for us to say prayers for them. This is not the time for us to take Yul May Edochie that he brought this upon himself. This is not the time for us to say that Judy he has hand in it, or Pete Edochie has. No, this is not the time for all of that. This is a time for us to pray for the family. This is a time for us to say something kind. And whereby you don't have any kindness in your heart to share, please zip your mouth, go off, don't type, look, read, watch, and walk away. Don't leave comments that in the future, it might even torment you to have written that kind of comment. So before we round up, I want to appreciate Ezechukwu Lucy. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Oga Pretty, for coming here. Niger Daughters TV, you guys are very gracious with your time. Thank you for your kind contribution. And to my amazing co-hostesses today, Trending Gist and Time with First Lady. Time with First Lady, I know your campaign. Don't go into polygamy. Polygamy has a lot of consequences. Don't go into it. If you're there, don't marry somebody's husband. Don't even come close to our husbands. If you're there, the side hand, side cheek, and what have you. And Mel is of the opinion as well. So young people these days are not supporting polygamy. That is the obvious reason. But for those that get into polygamy, there might be a reason or two why they got into polygamy. And at the same time, is their opinion, is their life. We can say everything we want to say, but the thing is that, are we going to make them change their minds? No. Like adults, we all know they are very difficult for you to change. And because we can't change them, only thing we can do for them is to wish them well and pray for them. Oh, Lucy's insight. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Now I caught you. I'm going to look for Ezechukwu Lucy. I'm going to catch you on Facebook. Thank you for joining me. So, time out with First Lady. What do you have to say in summary so we can be able to tidy up?
So, in summary, all I can say is people are angry. People are looking for somebody to blame, and they feel like they had a say in you and May's marriage, and they feel like online in-laws, we advised you that get rid of this woman, you didn't see what you've brought upon yourself. You know, people are very, very angry because of all these things. And I feel like we have to, we as human beings must realize that we are human beings and we will err.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do things and then we think that we are right, but when we take a step back or after time, we realize that how stupid we were or how foolish we've been in our actions. And I think right now, if Yul has probably thought for a second that he made a wrong choice going ahead with this thing. It has definitely come into his mind. But you know how our men are egoistic. They're not going to come out and say, I was wrong. It is my choice. I'm going to be in. I'm a polygamous man, yada, yada, you know. So as I was saying, people are looking for people to blame. And they feel like they must blame you and me and Judy for all these things that are happening in their lives. I also believe that we as parents must understand that we don't live in our parents' era. We live in a different era. We must train our children differently.
Yeah.
In my culture, an adult cannot tell a child that he or she is sorry. That's my. We can't tell an adult that you were wrong, so that adult must apologize. But with me and my daughter, when I know I'm wrong, she tells me, Mommy, you did this and this and this and that, and it made me feel this way. And I didn't really appreciate it. And I go like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think of it of that like in that direction. I really apologize if I made you feel this way. But I was doing it because of this reason. But maybe I didn't show it to you in the proper way. So I apologize. I'm very sorry.
Okay, let me chip in here. You can't believe that my husband is the one that thought I am sorry. My husband is an African man and he believes in African tradition and believes in God. He's also a Christian, but he still believes that we should uphold our integrity as Africans. He is the one that will first tell you, I am sorry.
Wow.
But the thing is that when a man is filled with ego, especially when you live in Nigeria, where your ego is always being fanned by the people around you, telling you you're the man, you shouldn't. Yeah, that's where the problem comes. Continue, okay? Let me take this call quickly.
Yeah. So I feel like...
let me quickly add this too. They always say that men don't cry. Remember, they always tell our men that.
They do that. They do that. And I feel like we as Africans should try and tell our kids that it is okay to cry. It is okay to say you were wrong. It is okay for you to say, I need help. But most of us prefer to just let our men or our children be in their shell, which has always ended up bringing us more consequences or more bad than good. And I feel like as we are growing up now and as we are being parents, we should try and do better than our parents. We should, if you were from a polygamous home, I still stand by it. Polygamy is not good. Please try and stay away if you can. If you are from a polygamous home and you realize that it didn't help you, it didn't help your siblings, it didn't help your family, try and tell yourself that I'm going to look very well. I'm going to look very well to choose the right husband or to choose the right wife so that I don't end up marrying more women. I will not end up doing certain things that my parents did because it made us feel this kind of way, because it brought us a lot of consequences. If we are able to sit down and think about these things and then don't let it dawn onto our hearts, I feel like we'll be better parents. And then it will enable our children to also be better parents to their children. Me, I always say this. People are looking for people to blame. And if we, as African parents, decide to train our children the same way our parents trained us, we will miss it. These kids now, they are different. These kids now think differently. Before you have thought, you are thinking, they have already thought. That is how these kids now operate. And so if you don't know and then you go like, my father, my mother trained me this way, so I'm going to train my kids this way, you will miss it. You'll miss it. So that's what I can tell everybody here, that let's try our best to be better parents. These kids didn't send us to give birth to them, but so long as we have given birth to them, we must take good care of them. We must be there for them, not just financially. Our African fathers, not just financially, we must be there for them emotionally, physically, every time. It is a full-time job. If you know you can't do all these things, then don't give birth. Don't have children and come and give them problems. Let them go through things that you also went through. It is a bad idea. I feel like African parents must be better than their parents. So your children too can be better than you were. Give them a listening ear. If you feel like they are in their shell, try and break their shell. Try and have conversations with your kids. Let your children know that you are their friends, but also you are their parents. I always say this. For me, my daughter's friends always tell her that they are jealous of her mommy because they know that if anything should happen, I'm in the school. Just like my cousin. My leg is very short in my daughter's school. And so they always go like, I'm very jealous. Your mother is always there for you. If I had gone to tell my mother that this teacher did this to me, like she would never come. Sneeze of my daughter, come and tell me that you didn't sneeze in a proper way and she's probably finding you suspicious. I'll be in the school. I feel that's how we all have to be, especially now that people are so damaged.
Yeah.
We have damaged people teaching our kids in school. So if you don't take care, somebody will damage your child. Somebody will damage
Exactly.
Children. You have even damaged parents bringing up children and damaging them. So if you don't take care, these children too will damage your children. If you know what the kind of things that are going through these kids' heads in their schools.
Yes.
When if anything should happen, your kids come and tell you that something happened, you make your legs really short in their school. So keep an eye on your children. When they are acting funny, draw closer to them. When they are being too my daughter, when she says, I don't want to go to school today, I agree to it. But she never says, I don't want to go to school. She never says it. And I feel like sometimes maybe she's looking for a better way to tell me because she feels that of the way I'll react. My mom, if somebody is hurting, my mom will react in this way. So I always tell her that, my dear, if anybody should tell you that if you go and tell your mother you will die or your mother will die, I'm telling you today that me, I won't die.
Yeah.
Me, I won't die. So come and tell me, because the person won't damage you. And I want you to have a wonderful future because I believe the kind of star you carry, the kind of grace you carry. So if you come and tell me for somebody to damage you, you will kill me. Or unless you want me to die, then you say, no, mommy, I don't want you to die. You must tell your kids that nobody has their interests at heart more than you
do. Than you. That is given.
More than you do. And so if somebody is telling them something else, I tell them, me, baby, I won't lie to you and I won't do anything to hurt you because I am your mother. I went through it before I gave birth to you.
Yeah.
You have these kind of conversations with your children. They'll have this kind of sympathy for you. So even when they're going to play the food, they realize that my mother has been through it for me.
Yeah.
So
wow. What an amazing conversation. What an amazing contribution to this event. I really thank you for that input. And I want to believe anybody coming through this video, whether you decide to skip to this very end, you're going to take something home.
Please, I want to ask, is she the same person as Boma?
No, she's not Boma.
Oh, they sound alike.
Yeah, and she's my dear, lovely. She's been here before with three of us.
Yes, I've heard her speak. Yeah.
When we had the conversation about May as well, she was here. So that's her. And
is she a content creator? Sorry, is she a content creator? Because she's full of inspiration.
She's not too, and I don't know why she doesn't want to
Wow.
join us here
As
on
in,
YouTube.
I think you would do well in parenting,
I think
parenting
Parenting
and
and
yes,
coaching, because
niche, right?
I'm blessed with all the points you shared. Like we are new in
Yeah,
this,
she's a
so I'm
content
learning a
creator. She
lot.
is.
yes, I am.
She
I've been
is.
doing silly things for now. I'm trying to find my feet. But from what you are saying, you're the third person telling me this. So I'm going to
Mm.
really take it seriously. Parenting is something that I
Please
have.
let me share your page first of all, so that people can find you.
You are
She is
amazing. You are
here. Oh my
amazing.
God.
Hmm.
Please, if you don't have any other niche, just go start with this niche.
I will.
Seriously,
Honestly.
I'm going
you
to
are
start.
amazing. And keep being amazing, mom.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel like I have been through so much in terms of parenting. My mother is the only person who has really been there for me. And I feel like I always tell people that I don't see what I've been through to be pain. I only see it to be blessings and lessons.
Mm.
So I try to learn lessons out of the pain that I have been through, because I feel like these lessons can help that person, can help that person. But if I say I'm going to be selfish and just keep it in me and say I'm going to channel it into anger towards that person who caused me pain, it won't really help. It
Mm.
won't really help. And I try to be a better parent to my daughter, because I feel like I didn't have it. So long
Mm.
as I didn't have it, my daughter should have it.
Yeah.
Sometimes people go like your parent. Some fathers cannot show love because they were not taught to love, and I feel like, well, you may not have been taught love, but doesn't mean that your children have to go through the same cycle. In psychology, it's really difficult for people who have not really been taught love to express love to people. But I feel that
Mm-hmm.
when you become a parent, you must be able to overcome all those things and teach your children love, because your children will end up marrying other people's children, and your children may end up damaging other people's children.
Mm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know,
Thank you
that
so much
was
for
why
this
in
immense
Africa those
contribution.
days.
Treasures Gist, you wanted to say something, so add
Yes,
your
yes.
voice
I
to
just
this.
wanted to add to what she said. You know, that was why in Africa those days they said it's not only one person that trains a child, you know, because as you are training the child, you are also concerned about other children you get. So, First Lady, I'm really inspired by your coaching or I'm inspired. Keep it up.
Thank you
So,
so.
I know I'm late. I've been here, but I've been listening. I've been doing one or two. I just say before the live stream, I already heard a host saying rounding up, and I said I have to jump in. Of a truth, this has been a heartbreaking one for everyone, both people that know these people personally and we, the online in laws. Nobody heard this and it didn't touch, it touches everyone, you get. Not for anything, because of the circumstance that is surrounding the whole thing, because of the condition of the family. That is why it's really getting to everyone. Um, I heard Sister Uju said so many things, and I heard Joseph said so many things. I don't start repeating words, but our prayers are with these people. Our host, have cried, and we consoled ourselves, and we are
Yeah.
moving on. Our own is to pray for, as in, my heart just go to May, because I don't know the kind of hearts that should we use to bear this
Lots.
ugly pain.
Hmm.
It's just too much. It's just too much, but we pray that God will console her so that she will not lose it. Because these are the kind of condition that can make somebody lose it, like totally lose it and go meant. So we pray that God can just console her. Because we human, I don't know if our own words can actually even reach half. I don't know. It's only God that have sustained her through the
Are
whole
you guys seeing
trials.
what Mansa Queen said? At home with Mansa. You
Mm.
people are nice here. The comment section on Obodoyibo TV is on fire. Chai, people are bold. Sha.
That is it. That is it. Like what people are saying is even causing my heart to bleed. If you now
Ah,
go to Instagram, it is painful. Okay, it is painful. But there is something that Joseph said. He said, "What of if it was the other way round? What
yeah.
was if it was Judy? Do you know that people will still talk? They will say, 'Oh, this woman is a slow poison. No wonder she did not fight.'" oh, no wonder she went to Akreja, you know, people will still talk. Do you know there was one comment I addressed in my live stream one day where somebody was praying that God should tie Yul Edochie and the family. I was like,
Yeah,
are you
I saw
serious?
it too.
I said, are you serious? Do you know that you are fighting for May, you love May, but you are praying that God should buy her husband. Do you know that if Yul buy today, it's affecting May and the children? Do you know that if any of the child of Yul Edochie by today, do you know it's directly May you are praying that prayer? That prayer doesn't make sense. I addressed it. In fact, it was just a full live stream I did, you know. So you can see the way people are mostly moved by emotion. Although the condition that this guy died, the baby pie is not a good one, but I don't know why Judy, oh, anyway, we all know it's because of the circumstances that Judy is now the prime suspect, you know. But come to think about it, anybody can buy at any time. All these people that you hear that they are just walking and they buy and they slum, people that are playing ball, healthy people went to play ball and they slum in the football pitch. Are they not human beings? Did they have crisis in their home? No. But anybody, I already said it. I was in one live stream. They were like, "Do you think this is a natural death, or do you think something can cause it?" I say, every death, something causes every death. You understand? Now, it could be. I said that it could be the polygamy that the father brought upon himself could cause the problem, which most of you have already touched that aspect. Once there is a happy home, everyone is happy. And before all these things, I believe this family has been living in peace. They have been living in love, according to what May posted, that she was living on a kind of her dream family up until Yul Edochie now brought this ant-infested wood upon himself. You see, so this is not, even if we blame Mr. Right or Mrs. Left, from now till tomorrow, this guy is gone, is gone. And I heard Sister Uju saying, oh, when the autopsy comes out, definitely they will find something. I don't think I've seen somebody that buy and they did not find anything that by the person. You get, they will definitely find something. If they not tell you it's one organ shutdown, they'll tell you it's one of this. But something must kill somebody. So like the negative, this thing is too much. Just like Master Queen Master just said, that people are even being kind here. But is this all these abuses and curses? Are they going to bring back this boy? No. Are they going to console Queen May? No. They are not. Instead, they will even aggravate the matter in the family. She Daniela will still come to social media and still see all this. Oh, it's second wife that did this one. It's second, Daniela will still be on social media. The other two guys will still be on social media. Are we even helping the matter? All the social media in-laws that are fighting for them, speaking buzzwords up and down, are they still helping? Okay, we are saying the other people should go for therapy. After going for therapy, I know they will be stable,
But
but they will still be seeing
host,
this
co-host,
buzzwords that is going on
co-host.
everywhere. Mm.
See, I think the tone of a live stream is being dictated by the person hosting it. If you tell your audience that nobody should come here and start doing all of that, everybody will respect that. If they don't respect that, you can excuse them out. But the thing is that people don't want that kind of sanity, because if you start telling everybody, you will not have the traffic that people want to have on their
Yes,
live
now.
streams.
Yes.
But that's the problem I'm having with people. I went to Cost Rep's live stream today, and I couldn't just take it. I had to jump into that conversation, and I shut that person down. You should stop it. The person went to the point that Pete and Yul and hey, Mego no exchange with their child. What nonsense! Can you prove it? So
Exactly.
that's where I have
Apart
a
from
problem.
proving it, all the people that are dying on daily basis in Nigeria, is it an exchange?
I don't
Are
know.
they exchange?
I don't know. So the thing is that as a content creator, people should be able to direct the audience on what to say in their comments, and also how they talk. Because if you allow this thing to go, you might be thinking you're fighting for me, but you're also destroying the kids, because they're going
Yes.
to read what you're saying about their father.
The thing is that so many people are bitter, so many people are gullible. When you see some comments, you know that people are gullible. You know, I don't really know. The thing is that I'll just keep praying for this family, because see, as it is, the only thing I could say is that Yul Edochie has gone to get a ant-infested wood in his family. You get,
Yes,
that is just it. See,
absolutely.
blame it on anyone. We were talking in Horse Rep's corner, and he was like, he blamed Judy for the whole thing. I say, why are you blaming Judy? Person wey in third leg no keep quiet, in bola, carry bola, they go anywhere. And there is one comment you read, you said when the standard has been lowered or something, you know,
Yeah.
you see. And me, I said it is him going to fetch a ant-infested wood. So it is what it is. Shebi he
Yeah.
wants to trend. Now he's trending. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay now, coming to tell the world that he's a proud polygamist. Did he say what it causes? I'm not saying that it's Judy that did it, but him exposing himself, him going to marry, and the condition which he married, since how many years? Nobody hasn't. They have not been peace. They have not everywhere all the time. Basbos. Is that the kind of marriage? Regina Daniel is married. Yole, what's his name? Ned is married Regina as the fourth or as the seventh, and yet at least that one with a hear word now. Abi, if you want to marry proper way, go and marry. Let's know that you are a proud polygamist. I'm not happy that this happened in his family. Like even me, I'm praying that we should just wake up tomorrow and they should just tell us that it's a prank. Let it just be April Fool.
I hope
Let it
so
just.
too,
I
but
just pray.
unfortunately, it is what it is. That our heart and thoughts and prayers are going out for the Edochie's family.
Seriously,
God
it
will
is really
comfort
an
them.
ugly incident.
Yeah, God will comfort them at this very, very, very time, honestly. So, Trending G's, what do you have to tell us before we call it a day? Thank you so much, Treasures G's. You are amazing.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Time
much,
with First
everyone. Let me
Lady.
just step down,
Thank you
and
so
as it
much
is,
as well.
let's just keep praying for them. That is the only thing we have. That is just the only thing. The deed has been done. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to step down now, and for the good work.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Trending G's with Octavia Cora. Are you still here? Let's hear
Yeah,
your
I'm here.
submission
I'm
today.
here. Treasure, you did a good job. She stepped down already, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you've all said it all, but I think people should just understand that Yule is grieving, and nobody is above mistake, and we make mistake in different ways. We're not all going to make mistake in the same way.
Definitely.
So people should cut the man some slack. This is his child. No matter how wicked, heartless a person can be, your blood is your blood. Your child is your child. So this is not even the time to drag him. And even the second wife, if she truly loves this man, his pain is also her pain, because he's going to go back home and there will be nights that he will be screaming and crying and she needs to console him, even if, let's say, she hates the first wife or whatever, but she still needs to console her husband, the man that she's married to, that she loves. So let's just pray for the family, and people should be kind with their words for now. That's just all I have to say. Thank you so much, host, for having me.
Thank you, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful model. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, appreciate your conversation, your contribution, and your love and support. God bless you real good. So, guys, we've all deliberated for over 2 hours, actually 3 hours and 3 minutes, and I can't thank all of you enough for your support, for your love, and for your consistent support. I'll put it that way. Like I started asking everybody when we started the live stream, saying that please say a minute of say prayers for the family, and also a minute of silence for the innocent Kambili that have gone to be with the Lord. And I can't say that enough, because as a parent, I heard this news at 5:15 a.m. my time, and up until that time till now, I'm still awake. I couldn't go back to sleep. I couldn't concentrate. I thank God I called Treasures Gist to cry over her shoulders because she would understand what I was going through more than my husband could understand, because my husband had no idea of who I was referring to. We've been on Yul May Edochie and Judy and May for the past 1 year, and now we are talking about them in a very, 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 very painful one. And my heart, my thought, and my prayers goes to May Yul May Edochie, and likewise Yul May Edochie. But before I conclude today, I have something to say. Guys, give me 1 second. My daughter is calling on the phone. Just 1 second, and she's in. Sorry, guys, about that. When you have a kid at school, you have to take the call. No matter what you're doing, you have to know what your girl or your child is going through at school. So sorry about that, but parent duty, I couldn't do anything else than to take the call. So I want to round up my conversation today by saying that right now, I want to believe that Judy is not feeling the whole marriage thing anymore, because she has been dragged for 1 year and everybody felt she had a tough skin. She's dealing with it. Her friend came and granted an interview that she married her soulmate, that it was love that happened to her. But right now, I want to believe that she is no longer feeling that, because you can't tell me that a marriage that you went into the marriage thinking it's going to be all joy and happiness, and the whole world is against you for getting into that kind of marriage. You try to endure it. Now the more trouble has fallen upon you, and only God knows how long they're going to drag this matter this year, and that will make it 2 years of being dragged on social media because you married somebody. And with that, and I know Yul on his own part will be saying, what kind of mistake? What did I get myself into? I shouldn't have done this. There are, in one word or the other, as humans, you kind of start taking a reevaluation of your life. If you had known, you would have done better, or you did do well, or what did you get yourself into? These are the conversations that might be battling in their minds and in their soul. But in all of this, we wish them well. They are adults. They make these choices for themselves. But I want to tell that young lady out there listening to me that is thinking about getting married to somebody's husband, just play this Judy's picture in your mind and see if that is what you want to venture into. It might be sweet at the beginning, but you don't know what you get into by the time you get into it. Find a young man, a single man, or a widower and get married to, unless if there is any other circumstance that is leading you towards it. If there are no circumstances, be ready and be sure of what you're getting into. Don't just walk into something sheepishly without asking yourself those questions. Don't. Because the Judy right now might be taking a different tone about the whole thing. Having said that, my thought and my prayer is for May Yul May Edochie. As a mother, we can only imagine what is going on through her mind right now. I don't know if she's in the country because she's always influencing. She travels overseas and travels around. We don't know where she is right now. We don't know if she's out of Nigeria or in Nigeria. We don't know. My thought and my prayers goes out to May Yul May Edochie at this time. May God in his infinite wisdom comfort you. May God console you beyond my words, beyond any word I'm going to speak out here. May God give you that peace, even in this midst of turmoil. May there be peace that transcends every understanding. May God help you heal. The road to healing might be long. May God make it short for you so that you can heal and focus on the remaining children you have. Find a way to seek for help for them. Get into intervention. Get them into therapy. Seek help. Seek counseling. Break every silence that is going on in their minds. At this point, it's going to be a difficult one, but God will see you through one step at a time, every inch, every day, every second, every minute. God is going to uphold you. It's not easy to lose a child. It's not easy, especially someone that is this grown. If the baby had passed at birth, you would have said, maybe God doesn't want this one for me. But not when you have seen, oh, my child, very soon, he will be in college, very soon, very soon. And that soon is crushed. The power of life we don't hold in our hands. It still boils down to what God decides. And I don't want to believe that God doesn't know best. He still knows best. So please, if you're going to ever get this message or anybody passing it across, be strong and hold on to that God. Ask him all the questions. Throw the questions to him. He will comfort you. Throw your tears before him. He will console you. This is the time for healing. This is the time for God to help you. And for everyone out there, if you love Queen May, stop tearing the story in a negative way. Pray for them. Ask God to close this gap. Ask God to help them heal. And also for the children, ask God to help them heal. They lost a sibling. They are all going through pain in one way or the other. Ask God to help them heal. Stop putting ideas into people's minds. The children are going to read all the insults you're leveling on their father, and it's not going to help their mental health. Stop saying their father did this or did not do that. No. If you don't know what to say a word of prayer. Whereby you don't know how to say anything, even prayer, don't say anything at all. I keep saying it in my live stream. If you don't have anything kind to say to people, zip your mouth. Don't say anything. And to you, Yul May Edochie, God will help you and you will pull through. You will pull through this. And I hope God to strengthen both of you and the whole of Edochie's family, including Judy. Judy, this is what second wife has brought you into. I guess you never envisaged anything like this to happen. But this is the time for all of you as a family to find solace in God. God will help each and every one of you. It's not easy to bury a grandchild. It's not easy to bury a child. It is the most difficult thing for any parent. I wept this morning and I consoled myself. I said, who am I to question God? If God did not approve it, it will not happen. No matter the circumstance, if God said this one is not your time, it will not happen. I still believe that God has the power and ability to do that. But that which he allowed to be, the one he allowed to come to pass, him alone, Jehovah alone, has his reason, knows why, and we can't question him. May God comfort the Edochies. May God in his infinite wisdom grant them that spirit to heal and grant them the understanding to heal. As we are praying for them, I'm also praying for all our children out there. They are in schools, they are with us at home, they are sleeping, they are playing with their friends. I cover all of them with the blood of Jesus. We will not lose our young ones. We will not bury them young. They will be the ones that will bury us in old age. God grant our desires and save our children and keep them safe, protect them for us, each and every one of them. Is not of any parent's desire, is no parent's desire to bury his or her child. This is the time, if you love them, pray for them. Stop dragging them. Seize the fire, pray for them. Whether you did well or he did not do well, Don't assume the position for God. God has not asked you to deputize for him. The last time I checked, he is still God and God alone. He's not God with Oyoyo. He's not God with another person. And I cannot deputize for him because I can't even stand in his shoes. For that reason, tone it down, world. Tone it down, people. Let this family mourn in peace. Let them mourn in peace. Respect them at this time. Stop calling Yul May Edochie all manner of names. This will not help the children. They will still have access to the internet. They will read those things. It could cause them anxiety. It could cause them anything. Let's tone it down and let's pray for them. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys immensely. I really appreciate all of you. Like I say in my live stream, that your life is beautiful, you're precious, you're treasures. You, that woman that is listening to me today, before you go into polygamy, think again if it's something you want to get into. Okay? That is the only thing I will say. Think again if it's something your spirit or God is telling you to go into. And if you don't love yourself, you can't love another person. So start by loving yourself enough to be able to understand that the person you're dragging online might be feeling hot. Show love and not hate. Remember, I say always, kindness is a muscle. And until you're kind enough to yourself, that's when you can show kindness or be kind towards another. Kindness is a muscle. Get one. Until I see you guys in my next live stream, stay well, be well, go for medical checkup, talk to your children, sit down to chat with them. Don't play the mighty man or mighty mother or mighty father role with your kids. Get down to their level, talk with them, chat with them, be that parent that will give ears to their little worries. Okay? Be that parent. Don't be only parent when you're there to provide financial means. Be a parent for their emotional needs as well. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here, all of you. I really appreciate all of you. God bless you guys real good. Remember, we have another live stream on Saturday. And if time permits me tomorrow, I might jump into another live stream, maybe for 1 hour or for 35 or 45 minutes. But right now, let's keep it at that. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your immense contribution. And if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Oyoyo. Thank you for joining me. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook. Leave me your comment in the comment section. Until I see you guys in my next live stream, be blessed. Bye, everyone. Charming Creative. Hey, thank you, beautiful. Thank you, Wanyama. Thank you for coming in today. God bless you immensely. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Oga Pretty, Niger Doctor, Treasures Gist. I love all of you so much. Thank you, guys.